It's Rock Coliseum II! Our acting skills are impeccable, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome everyone to Rock Coliseum 2. This was such a overwhelmingly positive reaction we had since last time. We knew we wanted to do it again pretty fast. Now that our schedules are finally synced and we're able to do it again, we wanted to be here. First and foremost, can everyone hear me in the chat room? Gonna wait for someone to actually say yes.
I'm assuming so, considering the comments coming in. Either that, or they're just really stoked to see us in silence.
Heck yes! Please talk about Panic. I'm assuming that means yes if you can actually hear us. Mm-hmm. It's back, Hollow Union. Yes. Yep. Loud and clear. That's all we needed. Okay, now that formal thing's gone and things are actually working, it took me a good 29 minutes to figure out this Skype garbage. Thanks a lot, Microsoft. Screw you. But anyway, before we get into the real terms of the Rock Coliseum and what it is for the new people, we need to have some introductions done. So we're going to go around the room and just around your four squares, your corners of your monitor, and introduce each other. So Mark, please introduce who you are and what you do.
Sure. My name is Mark. I'm the host of Spectrum Pulse. I talk about music, movies, art, and culture. I put out regular album reviews, movie reviews, top 10 lists. I got my weekly series Billboard Breakdown, where I talk about all the general insanity and album bombs that are dominating the Hot 100. I've also got my series Resonators, where I go back in time to cover a specific era of music in depth. Right now I'm doing 80s hardcore punk and having an absolute blast with it. And I'm back in here for another round. Let's go on down the horn. John.
Hey, what's up, everyone? John from ARTV and Beyond ARTV. Those are both of my channels on YouTube. I do everything from top 10s to ranking discographies, obviously weekly album reviews, throwback reviews to cover older albums as well. Lots of other stuff like my weekly series, 7 on Sunday over on Beyond ARTV. Anything music-related is up for grabs.
Awesome. Crash, go for it.
My name is Crash Thompson, and I'm actually your DoorDash driver. I'm just here to deliver the sandwiches.
Oh, you're late. You're actually late.
And you're not even on my doorstep, so you got a while before you make that delivery, sir.
My tips are gonna suck this week, man. What the hell can you do about it?
If by suck you mean zero, then yes, they're really gonna suck. Crash, who are you? What do you do for your actual channel?
Hey guys, I'm Crash Thompson. I host a channel called The Rock Critic, where I review new releases, past albums. I have the occasional list, compilation albums, series on how to get into certain bands. Right now, I'm actually working on a weird little project. I'm trying to make my own music. That's another thing that'll be coming down the line super soon. But it's super hard. but no, just to put it very lightly. I host The Rock Critic, and I review lots of rocky things. I wish I had a nice, snappier way to put it, like you guys do.
I followed Mark's lead.
See, yeah.
Fair enough. My name's Luke Spencer. I'm the host of Rock, the channel you're watching right now. Everything you see on this channel is my doing, for good and bad. I review albums, interview some of the bands, do cause photography live. I also make videos at top 10s, different things like that, year-end videos. And what I'm probably mostly known for, to my shame, is called Regretting the Past. I'm sorry I have to point out some of these to you, but that's what probably gets me the most attention. Again, I'm sorry, but I promise it's harder on me. So, now that we've got all the introductions out of the way, hopefully all of you guys can hear us okay. There's someone in the chat room going, John is cute, by the name Infinity on Hannah. Don't know who that might be, but John, you got a secret admirer, apparently.
I don't know. Put her in the timeout section.
Cold-blooded.
What's awesome is, like, we can see this on chat. We just see her come in with a frying pan and smack John on the head live on the live stream.
I'm kidding, baby. I love you.
Oh, crap. We got a live murder on YouTube. My subscribers are going to go through the roof. So, for those
It's a bad thing that was the first thing your mind went to.
Well, had to do it some way. So, first things first, we're already starting to get a little bit of the Super Chats. Super Chats are not mandatory. However, we will go through all of Super Chats. We always do. Last time, we go through one by one. That will be the second half of this 2-hour block. The first half will be open for everyone. Rock Coliseum is all about your suggestions for famous, well-known bands, both old and new, for us to give the thumbs up or down on, just like they did in the old times in the Roman Coliseum. If they get the thumbs up, we'll talk about them positively. They get to live another day. If they get the thumbs down, they get a horrifying, brutal, and sometimes hilarious death. I'm hoping for the last, but still, we'll see when we get there. The only caveat to that is, please say names that all of us we know will know, so that we actually get a discussion. If you say a name like Zeeplebop and the Zeepleboppers, none of us are going to know who you were talking about, and we're just going to stare blankly at you like you speak another language. So, that being said, I think I covered just about everything. One final thing, I had a few suggestions. We're going to try to set a little bit of a time limit, because myself and I think all of us were a little bit guilty of going over at least one band or another. So I have a small timer, and I'll say time whenever our timers are done. That being said, thank you guys so much for jumping in. We already have over 160 people in the chat room right now, so I'm very thankful for that. It's just a starting out.
Nice.
So, moment of silence, because it's going to get weird, like it always
And
does.
I just want to point out that for me on my end, Crash has been frozen the entire time since we started this Skype call, so I will have no idea what he's doing the entire time.
No, I insist on making funny faces the whole time and stuff because he's not going to see it. Not at all.
Screenshot now.
Crash, we see it. Don't you see how that's the problem, though?
Guys, don't rat on me. This is fun.
Oh, I just clicked on the YouTube stream. I had the chat up, but I'm seeing it. I can see the faces Crash. They're just delayed.
Okay,
my
there
secret,
you
my
go.
secret
So
shame.
you'll know a few seconds later. So Crash, you have a
Yes.
good 10-second safe window before you're actually exposed.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll have
everything's
to- I'll have
good.
to
We've
get
been going for a
crafty.
few minutes. Thank you guys for the explanation. We'll do this again at the very end. Again, we're going to be going until 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So, please, chat room, what bands would you like us to talk about? As I turn over and see some of the suggestions. It's
Lordy.
it's slow so far. This is good. Okay, and
Here we go.
Stop.
It's starting.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
exploding.
Now they're
We're gonna
pouring
start. We're
in.
gonna start slow. The Cure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
On the count of three, gentlemen. 1, 2, 3.
Big thumbs.
I think
Big thumbs.
we were all going to be unanimous for that. Crash, you're the one that talked first.
Oh, yeah.
How would you like to give quick 45 seconds on why you think The Cure gets a thumbs up?
The Cure is just the definitive 80s goth pop sound. Like, they helped create and mainstream a lot of the things that were going on in the goth and post-punkier kind of scenes. And my God, they just did it so well. Robert Plant knows a hook like nobody else from the 80s ever really did. Like, whether you like goth or alternative genres, man, it doesn't really matter because The Cure can reach you on just a pure, primal, just raw-ass, good-ass music that sounds good level. Like, The Cure is good regardless of what you're into. I swear to God, I do not want to meet the motherfucker who does not love the shit out of Friday I'm in Love. Just don't miss me with that
Time.
shit. Just miss
You
me with
ended
that shit.
45 seconds with with a threat to someone who doesn't like a song.
Oh, God.
Nailed
Very
it.
nice.
Mark, would
Very
you
nice.
please say why The Cure gets the thumbs up?
Cure, honestly, do I need to say a lot? Pornography, faith, disintegration. I can pretty much walk away with just that. They're a band that pretty much epitomized that particular sound of goth rock and synth pop of that era. I actually like a fair amount of their stuff coming into the 90s as well. They've got their low points, but not nearly enough to take around for their high points. I'll definitely praise the band.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Short and sweet. That works out for me. John, would you like to go? Starting now, why do they get the thumbs up?
Well, first of all, Crash, I didn't realize that Robert Plant had joined the Cure from.
Oh God! I
I
meant
said the
Robert
same thing,
Plant.
Robert
Did I say Robert? Did I say Robert
I
Plant?
did
You
not
said
know.
Robert Plant.
Can you guys
Shame
imagine
on
a
me.
16-minute The Cure song? That'd be amazing.
And then, Robert Plant from the Cure, he was featured on that Blink-182 song too. That was an amazing crossover between two different worlds.
A Crow
Completely
Left the Murder
kidding.
was great by The Cure.
Okay, I'll get in some very quick thoughts.
Yeah.
I love everything that I've heard from The Cure, and I would agree with Mark, like he said, going into the 90s, even some of their stuff there, like Wish. That's an album that I actually spent some time with last year and was really impressed by. Robert Smith, it's the voice, it's the combination of like both synths and goth, and also just really catchy hooks. Sometimes, like on Friday I'm in Love. Definitely huge thumbs up from me.
Awesome. I'm going to be very brief. Disintegration alone proved that this band was so much ahead of their time than so many other bands in a market that was really not even that comfortable doing that type of stuff. You had rock and metal in the scene of the 80s, and that was not the type of sound that was going for here in the States, over UK, wherever you would imagine it. So stuff like that was so ahead of its time, and it stayed timeless for the most part. Not everything, but for the most part, it stayed so true to a certain unique sound. And it was so carefree under the guise of being dark. That's also very difficult to do. So I can't really say any more than the other three men have. Disintegration, bleh, is fantastic. I think that's my favorite of The Cure, by the way.
Nice.
Go ahead, Gresh.
I think Kyle Broflovsky said it best. Disintegration is God's greatest gift to creation. There you go.
Fair enough.
This is
But Faith
South
is a
Park
better
reference.
album. Yes.
Okay, South. Okay.
I prefer Disintegration, but at the same time, I get what you mean. See,
Yeah.
it's doing that thing on Skype. Do you guys see this? You guys are going to see this on this live stream. It's showing the Rock Coliseum 2, 3, and Call across John's 4, right above John's hat. Crash's window keeps getting bigger. Skype. I apologize, everyone, but this is what we're going to have to deal with. You need all to write a letter to Bill Gates. However...
Look, man, I'm out here trying to promote my brand with my ARTV hat, and they're putting the logo, they're putting it right
it's just
over
right
it.
on the corner where it says Rock Coliseum 2, but that's okay. So, The Cure lives to see another day. No death here. As we go now to the chat and see what in the world they're going to ask for next. Okay, and stop. Okay. It's already going to hit the fan.
Oh no. Oh no.
Falling in reverse.
Oh.
All right, gentlemen, without trying to give anything away. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I kind of felt that was coming. John, you gave 2 thumbs down. I'm going to let you go first, although I'm pretty sure we all echo whatever sentiments you're about to say. Go for it.
Oh boy! Don't even get me started on Ronnie Radke. It's one of those personalities that bleeds so heavily into the music that he makes that it's so hard for me to listen to it and not just picture Ronnie Radke sitting there lecturing me on whatever it is that he's upset or angry about. And I won't deny that there's some songs out there that I like by Falling in Reverse, but especially in the past 3 to 4 years, they've been all over the place. Ronnie thinks he's a good rapper, and he's not.
Oh no.
No, he is not. I'll take over from this part. Ronnie Radke is such a poison in that scene type of music that really targets 12 to 13-year-old girls into thinking he's an actual, credible, talented writer and musician. He is such a bad person in that sense that I can't stand. Looking at his music behind him in the different bands he's been in, but mainly talking about Falling in Reverse, including their most recent album, is so generic and overhyped that it doesn't matter. He's posing in front of a band with a six-pack abs, telling everyone to look at him, but then making sure everyone agrees with every word he says, or else he is going to complain about you and swear a vendetta against you. He is such a... I don't want to get into it too much. The music is beyond generic. There's so much better, both in that scene type of music, pop punk, hardcore punk, whatever you want to call it. It's not good. It's bad for you. It's like eating too much sugar. I don't care how sweet you think it looks. It's going to destroy your insides if you have too much of it. So, Crash, would you please say why you think Falling Reverse gets the thumbs down?
Because I'm still pissy about them stealing riffs from Silver Sun Pickups on their last album.
Yeah,
God damn it.
yeah,
Silver Sun Pickups was a damn good band. They deserved better.
They still are, too, but yes.
They still are. They're still
good
around.
Yeah.
They still. But, I mean, really, there's not too much else I can add. The thing that gets me about Falling in Reverse is everything else that everyone said is totally true, but on top of, Ronnie being skeezy and them being unoriginal, they're just so relentlessly boring. There's just... even a band like Attila or a Muir or what have you, some other bands that are kind of in that genre that are also very fun. At least they're so fun. They give you something to talk about. I listened to a Falling in Reverse album. I'm just like, okay, diet, edgelord. What can I write about this? How do I write a script about this? That'll be a fun 2,000 words. Yay. Thanks, Ronnie.
Okay.
Time.
Fun! Ha! Okay. And Mark, please say what you think about Falling Reverse and why they get the thumbs down.
Nothing I can say about them can't be summed up by the fact that I can go to any one of their albums and just find them to be utterly generic and utterly bereft of any ideas. But even go beyond the cancerous boil that is Ronnie Radke, like the one thing that I can look at their band is like the production has never been good. The writing has never been good.
Nope.
Like this is a band that actually may have had some credence in terms of larger scale of ideas, but they can't execute for shit. This is a band that if they did not have the Warped Tour following and the image, they would have fallen out of the entire scene by about 2010, or about the same time that Fashionably Late, or what was it, Fashionably Late? I think it was a 2013 album. There was too much rapping on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the time that would have happened, like they would have been gone. And frankly, the sooner the better.
Time. Ugh. Well said, gentlemen. Cancerous Boyle. I can't even remember all the other things that were said. So we have a new situation. How do Falling in Reverse die in the Coliseum?
They fall forward.
Damn. They fall forward into a vicious cycle of my never-ending Twitter beef with Ronnie.
How did you get involved with that dude?
I didn't even tag him in the initial tweet. He sought it out. He searched his band's name. I didn't even tag the Falling in Reverse account. I just said that the new song was garbage, and he found it and tweeted about it.
For a guy that brags about his six-pack abs so much, you think he'd have better things to do than to scroll through Twitter at 2 a.m. look like pretty much twittering himself to see who talks about him poorly.
I know.
You know what? Even more points to Amur on that front, because they found some of the stuff I said about them, and they were super chill about it. They were super like, oh, haha, hey, man, whatever, dude, have fun, you know? Like, God, when Amur is making you look more, oh, God.
Yeah, we gotta call it. So, Falling Reverse is death. They fall forward into a pit where there's nothing but speakers playing audible tweets from Ronnie Radke until they all die. Fair?
Jeez.
Fair.
I know I'm cruel. I'm just saying they've deserved it. Let's
fair.
be honest. So,
Yeah.
all right, we've had
All right.
one death so far. Thank you guys. Keep these coming. Again, we're gonna keep these going as long as we can. If you have any suggestions, say them now. What's the next band would you guys want to see? Stop. Okay, we're gonna stay in the newer section for a while. Sum 41. Speaking of another Warped Tour band. Okay. On three. 1, 2, 3. Up or down?
Okay.
You gotta pick up or down. No, that's the same thing we had last time. You gotta make a decision.
Mark, you are from Canada.
Damn.
Down. Okay.
You know what?
That's fair.
I'll
Okay, 3-1. Okay, so
Okay.
they do live. So, Mark, if you want to give the down first, just because of the Canadian influence that John pointed out, why do you think
Doesn't
they
matter.
get the thumbs
I'm
down?
sorry. Sum 41 just don't do a lot for me. I've gone back to their earlier stuff in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I missed that wave growing up. I'll freely admit that. But a lot of their stuff just never really grabbed me all that much. And I got to be honest, there's a part of me that gets them mixed up with Blink-182.
Interesting.
It's just
That's
it's
not
a
a
weird
bad thing. I'm just saying that's interesting. Okay.
It's a weird cross-pollination in my brain. I shouldn't happen, but at the same time, like, I listen to Sum 41. They're just not a band that's ever grabbed me or something that I would go back to. That's it.
That's at least well put for your own personal retrospective. Crash,
Yeah.
why do you think they get the thumbs up?
Because, well, I actually did come from that early, I was super huge into pop punk. I actually got an early whiff of Sum 41 because of my access to Much Music as a kid, having weird satellite data television. They popped up super early on my radar, so, like, as someone that appreciates that early kind of pop punk, what they were doing was interesting. And later on, as they started integrating more metal and more edgier elements, they actually pulled it off in an interesting way. It was at least brave and bold and experimental, whereas a lot of other bands of their kind just kind of started rotting away and just getting super, super generic. But man, Sum 41, they just have some really low lows. Like some of their bad albums, especially like the last two before their most recent one. I can't even remember what they were called, but
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I
well,
get what you're
yeah.
saying. So,
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. So, looking back, I had All Killer No Filler. That was my first introduction to Sum 41. I liked it. I didn't love it to death, but I really enjoyed a decent amount of songs on there. through all their ups and downs, and there have been some deep downs, both personally for the band and on the music side, they've never completely bottomed out to the point where they're irredeemable. They were able to raise back up. When I finally saw them live back in 2016, I realized this is a band that actually is in it for the music. It's not a cash-in band, and that's what kind of won me over a little bit. So that's why I say the thumbs up. Are they one of my favorites? Not by a long shot. I still think they have many more redeeming qualities than they do have setbacks, I should say, or flaws. So that's why I say. So, John, if you have anything you would like to say, why does Sum 41 get the thumbs up?
Sure. I grew up in that same type of era. You know, I was into maybe not so much as plenty of pop punk, sure, but also alternative. And I really liked how Sum 41 kind of, even if I wasn't always a huge fan of the albums, they would like change it up from album to album. Like you said, going a little bit more heavy and almost metal tinged with some of their riffs on some of those records. And as I said in my top 10 that I did for them, I'm more of like a singles, or else not necessarily singles, but like specific songs type of guy when it comes to Sum 41. They're less of an album band and more of like, oh, that band has cool songs from different points in their career. And their comeback album was actually pretty good. Some good songs on there. I saw them live with Pierce the Veil in 2016, I think, and I was honestly just proud to see Derek back up there because he had a really harsh struggle with alcoholism, and happy to see him back and rocking again, like you said, loving music.
Awesome. Okay, so 3-1 score. They do survive. For a friendly reminder, if it's a tie, they do live, but we smack them around a little bit, just for future reference of the next band. However, Sum 41 does survive and lives to see another day. So that being said, we have 2 bands that survived, 1 band that fell to their death, thankfully. So let's
in reverse.
Falling in reverse, but forward to their death. There we go. All right, it's gonna stop it, and bam. This is an interesting one. Another relatively newer one. Skillet. Okay. Here comes the big breaking point. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. We're even.
I'll start because I was just barely on the thumbs up. They have enough, kind of like Sum 41. They have enough pros to outweigh the cons. Their music, as they have gone on from the early days before they went to Awake and things like that, that's where their stuff really shined before then. And then it started to really gradually go into, I don't even know if radio rock's really the right correct term, because they've really kind of disintegrated from that also. Their latest album that came out, I don't even remember, with Invincible, awful song, but there were better songs on that album, oddly enough. I still stand by. They have enough talent that their pros outweigh the cons. So that's why I said up. So to keep it short, Crash, why do you think they get the thumbs up?
A lot of what you said there applies to me too. Like, the sweet spot with Skillet is so very sweet, but there's a fair amount of ick in there. But for my 2 cents, I have seen Skillet live. Well, because I went to Christian school, they popped up like all the time in various places. So I've seen Skillet live like 5 or 6 times. Like, almost all of those times were completely free, and my God, they rocked the hell out of every venue they ever played. Like, say whatever you want about their music, or, your opinion one way or the other, especially, like, kind of lately. But you know what? Yeah, Skillet can deliver. There is genuine, real talent there, and you know what? Yeah.
Right on time. Okay, so now we have the dissenting opinion. So, John, why do they get the thumbs down?
I went to Christian school too, Crash, and everybody thought...
I missed out so much, apparently.
Everybody thought they were the coolest thing ever, and you know what? Like, for the most part, I couldn't stand it. Like, the way that they tried to weave in these, like, symphonic elements and everything, trying to make themselves sound super epic. I look back, and they kind of just rinse, reuse, recycle with the formula to songwriting, to making these anthems, or try hard anthems, and especially their recent output, it is literally, I mean, I've made fun of it in numerous skits within my own videos, but it literally sounds like it's music for people jacked up on Mountain Dew playing Call of Duty in their rooms and they need something to get hyped to.
Right at the 0 mark. You don't understand me, Mom. I'm awake. Mark, why do you think they get the thumbs down?
3 words. tooth and nail production. This is something that is very
Yeah.
characteristic with Christian acts or in the Christian subculture acts. The production is never as at best average. And really, it is cascaded down across pretty much their entire recorded output. And while they do have a couple cuts where they actually have a hook that they will bring forward, they do have a pop leaning instinct that does them credit. Then you get to the lyrics, the evangelical like the commentary that comes to the lyrics drives me off the fucking wall. It is some of the, it kills the band for me, utterly and totally, in the same way that it didn't for, let's say, Icon for Hire.
Time. Right on time. Okay. Tooth and Nail really is the equivalent of a mom and pop studio that got huge, and they just tried to shove all these bands in the same little local studio, but that's besides the point. So Skillet lives, but we got to smack them around a bit. So John and Mark, you two were the thumbs down. How do you think they should be smacked around and be taught a lesson?
Frying pan.
Yes, the panheads. Yeah, that's what their fans call them.
Oh yeah, That's
so
instead
instead of being stoned in the actual Coliseum, we make them get on their knees and just go like whack. Like whack-a-mole with a frying pan.
We tape copies of their most recent album to the frying pan and then do it.
And we make Anthony Fantano's review of that album replay on loop.
Yes. Okay, yeah, to be fair, like, even though I'm kind of a Skillet apologist, Fantano really did a good job slaying into that one. That was a work of beauty. That was.
Fair enough. Okay. That was an album, by the way. I liked it first, but after I started listening to it, I couldn't remember a thing I heard. I was like, okay.
Same here.
Maybe it's not terrible, but I really can't remember why I liked it when I heard it. So that's
I reviewed it back in the day. I was way too nice to it in hindsight.
It's just the first initial week with it, then after. Okay. Next band. Wah Bam. Such a popular, topical band to be talking about this past month.
I think I know which one you're going to pick.
Toto.
Because it's popping up, all over the place.
Okay.
Wait, what is it?
Toto.
Sorry,
Toto.
audio. Audio cut out for a sec, sorry.
So, the next one's Toto. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, so, Mark, would you like to go first on why Toto gets the thumbs up?
Toto is one of those bands I've always found to be incredibly inconsistent. Do not go back through their albums at all. Like, Toto is one of those bands that if you're looking for albums that actually hold together, they don't. They have made a ton of filler. Yeah. But the thing is, with Toto, when they're on key, when they're on par, when it comes to their rhythm sections, when it comes to a level of tightness and around that specific time of late 70s, early 80s, there was not many other bands in that quasi-soft rock vein doing as well as they did, and for that, they will always have a pass. Plus, their cover of Weezer's Hash Pipe was choice, very choice.
Right
agreed.
On time with that ending for the clip. Okay, John, would you like to say why Toto gets a thumbs up?
My parents were pretty into Toto growing up, surprisingly. They were pretty conservative most of the time, but they had their soft rock leaning moments where they would branch out and let me listen to, I think they had one of their compilation albums or something like that. I agree with Mark. They're not really an albums band. It's more of one of those things where you go through on streaming and you see the most popular songs, and a lot of times those are the ones that you're probably going to want to listen to because the people have spoken over time. Mm-hmm. And with Toto in general, I don't know. I mean, it's going to take a lot to take me away from them.
Well said. Okay. Crash, why does Toto get the thumbs up?
There's not much else I can say that hasn't really been said. I agree with John and Mark that Toto works best as they're a greatest hits band. They're one of those bands. You go online or you see their greatest Toto hits for $5.99 or whatever. You pick it up out of curiosity. It's got Africa. How bad could it be? But you find some really nice kind of choice cuts in there that you probably didn't hear the last time around. And I'll throw in a few coins for Toto 4. Toto 4 is the closest thing to a consistent album they have, but agreed, that's about as good as it gets for them, really. Okay. Don't have too much else to say about that.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, and their Hash Pipe cover was great too.
Yeah. For me to echo some of that, the Hash Pipe cover was the perfect counter to Weezer covering Africa. I didn't catch up much to the Toto train, as I would like to put it, since I got a hold of that Greatest Hits album that you guys have already talked about. I was, I want to say, sophomore in college when I finally started listening to some of that, and I liked it. I have not heard every album. When I started going back, I kind of felt the same way that Mark did. A lot of this is just so wildly unengaging and completely flatline that it doesn't even register an emotion for me. However, when they make a hit, when they really connect with the song, it really resonates. So it's not often, but when they do, they really hit a home run. So, and they've hit a home run now in 2018, which is odd to think about, but they nailed it. So
it's strangest timeline.
Yeah, you know, there's worse things that could happen in the music scene for rock, alternative, metal, whatever you want to say. So
very true.
Awesome, another band lives. That's good. Okay, these have been pretty positive so far. I'm very happy with it. Some of the conversation we have, and it hasn't gotten too brutal yet. Okay, and stop. Why didn't it stop? Sorry. And stop. Okay. Well, I guess it's a good one. It's a good talking point. No doubt.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I'm okay with that too. I give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I mean,
thumbs up. Yeah.
Pretty young when I first discovered No Doubt with Tragic Kingdom, and then realizing, oh, they were a band before this. They were actually had a lot of different things going on too. Oh yeah, they had ska music and stuff. Okay then. You have to really eliminate the fact that Gwen Stefani does her own thing now. Go past Rocksteady. Even eliminate Rocksteady from the discography and take everything else out. Think about, and everything after Rocksteady, think about how much stronger No Doubt would be heralded at that point. That's just how I see it. That being said, I think No Doubt is the perfect epitome of just a fun band that's never trying to do anything too serious, and they love the music itself. And even if a good amount of people only bought that out because they thought Gwen Stefani was hot.
Well.
I'll just volunteer myself to say that. That's my time.
No comment here nor there.
John, please give us a reason why thumbs up and bail me out of this awful, awkward situation.
I might have been in the same boat when it came to Gwen Stefani when I discovered their music. And honestly, as somebody who got into them when right around the time of the release of Rocksteady, I actually like that album still. And Tragic Kingdom obviously was their turning point from their indie underground ska career to the mainstream. And the songs on Tragic Kingdom just have so much bounce to them, a lot of fun. They definitely have moments that cross over into the pop territory, like Just a Girl, still a fantastic moment. I think that, like you said, they just kind of capture a fun spirit. And I've honestly at least liked something off of everything they put out. What is it? Return to Saturn?
Return to Saturn,
With
girlfriend, ex-girlfriend,
Yes.
Girlfriend, that's a good one.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Perfect.
That's it.
Okay, Mark, would you like to say why they get the thumbs up?
Not a lot to say about No Doubt. I actually like some of their stuff post-sellout in terms of going in more of that pop synth-level direction. Yeah, their ska stuff is really a lot better than a lot of the ska that got popular in the late 90s. Yes. I've heard a lot of it. Yeah. But at the same time, I go back to some of their more synth-leaning stuff. Like, they had a hit in 2004 that I actually thought was really good. It was a solid cover. I forget what it was. I covered it on my top 10 of 2004. Anyway, like, even before Gwen Stefani went solo, and I'll freely admit I might like that stuff better, No Doubt we're fine. They work for me.
Time. Perfect. Well said. And Crash, why do you think No Doubt get the thumbs up?
Again, it's hard to think of too much that hasn't been said, but I'm just a sucker for a good ska band anyway. I'm totally into that scene. And, No Doubt, the musicianship is totally there. They can totally play, especially their bassist. Their bassist can really lay down some good stuff. Yeah. That's to say, really nice, funky, groovy, just really, bright, kind of, it's just good, kind of. It's fun. It's hard to really, it's hard. Even some of their post-sellout stuff, some of the later stuff. Even though I'm not a huge fan of it, it's still passable. They've never full-blown embarrassed themselves with anything, I would say. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and that's what I kind of figured too. It's more lighthearted conversation. I'm glad I'm not the only one that bought that album because I thought Gwen was hot when I was a young little fat kid looking at a pretty girl that could sing. It's like, hey, So
you're referring to
my mind is her relationship with Blake Shelton. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's so awful, just so randomly awkward about that. I don't get it either. I agree.
No.
Like, what charisma does Blake Shelton have that he's been with both Miranda Lambert and Gwen Stefani?
He's just got that hillbilly
bills.
bone.
Yeah.
Hillbilly bone.
To be fair, Gwen Stefani's last beau was Gavin Rossdale.
Bush. Speaking of, they're
So-
making an album this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
really?
talking about
Yeah.
Bush. We're not dealing with Bush.
They're going on tour,
God.
big tour this
No,
year, and they have a new album
we're not
coming
doing
out.
this. We're not doing
Fair
this.
enough, fair enough.
Oh,
We'll
no.
move on. I'm moving on. Gonna turn over to the side, and bam. Someone said this already in the stream. I don't remember who it is, but I'm blaming you, and I'm blaming whoever just made this because it was the first thing I stopped on. Attila.
Oh,
So, I'm just gonna close my eyes and guess what you guys are gonna do while I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What do you expect us to say? Did you expect us to have an enlightened debates on what the pros and cons of Attila?
yeah.
Okay,
Come on now.
I'll let you guys someone go first. We'll leave this to 30 seconds because I don't think there's that much we need to say. Bam.
Yeah.
Okay, John, why does Attila get the thumbs down?
Well, despite Franzilla being a total sweetheart, I'm just
Well, that's the end of the stream, folks. Good night, everyone.
I don't know. Suck my fuck.
Suck my fuck.
That's about it. That's about it.
That ICP
says
would
it all,
scoff.
doesn't it?
ICP would scoff at that. They'd be like, "Come on, man, try a little harder." Crash, why does Attila get the thumbs down?
I remember that. I don't have much else to add here except that last Attila single may as well have had a big banner above it that just said "Reed's Atlas Shrugged" once. Like, just like it was bad enough that they were getting annoying. Now they're getting like pseudo-intelligent and annoying. Oh, that's
Emphasis
gonna,
on pseudo.
that's gonna
That is
that's
a
gonna work out
compliment,
really
sir.
well
You
for
just
them.
praised that band.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, why does Attila get the thumbs down?
The most exposure I've ever had to Attila came on First Reactions, the show that Muse Productions put out back in like 2013, 2014. I remember seeing the episodes on Attila. I remember actually stepping back and saying, well, they had a guitarist who was really good. Shame everything else was god-awful. And I've never covered the Attila album. Probably never will, and thank God for it.
Yeah, we want you well and healthy, sir. So don't do that. I echo everything these men have said. Franzilla is kind of in the Ronnie Radke territory if you really think about it. Even though the bands sound different, one sounds like hot garbage while one sounds like a toilet. However, they both sound awful. I'm just going to share this memory with you. Self-Help Fest in Orlando, Florida, last year in September. Attila was one of the bands. This was a Day to Remember's festival. I did not decide to shoot that one because I don't want to be that close. However, I decided to walk around and check out the merch, food trucks, stuff like that. They had an Attila merch booth. One of the T-shirts was, "I survived the Attila mosh pit." That's it. And I decided, you know what? I don't take anything serious they say anymore. I'm done.
Is their mosh pit that scary? I've been to power violence and grindcore shows. Like, this does not scare me here.
Okay, this is
what
what I am.
Suck fucking pit.
This is what I imagine the actual mosh pit going. Just nothing. I don't want that memed, by the way. Please. Anyway.
Dom, if you're in the chat, meme.
Dom, no. Get out of my chat room, Dom. You're the only one that's not welcome here. Anyway, Attila needs a death. It had better be a good one. Gentlemen, any ideas?
Ooh.
They can suck my fuck.
Okay, that's fine, but that's not going to kill him. We have to
Okay.
do something that's going to kill him.
That'll probably just make them happy.
Oh, God.
Oh, touche.
It has to be something just really revolting and degrading.
We stick Code Orange on them.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
We
Trampled to death in a Code Orange pit.
Yes.
Yes.
Nailed
Yes.
it. Perfect.
Yeah, see?
Well done. Lying
Yes,
flat, like
very
you want
well.
to see what a real mosh pit is? The drummer just lays out at the thickest beat he can imagine and watch the whole wall of death crash in on him. Awesome.
Take them. Use Code Orange to take them to Code Red.
And
There
then
we go.
introduce Agent Orange.
Yes.
After,
There we go.
after the 45-minute concert of Code Orange is over, like the crowd goes away, where the heck's the rest of the band? It's just nothing disintegrated into the ground. Oh, well done. Well, great creativity. See, that's what we need more of. Okay, moving on. No more suggestions that you know we're gonna crap to death on. If that's what you were expecting. Oh my gosh. Okay, and stop. Okay, not to the same level. However, an interesting choice. Power Man 5000.
Okay.
I'm gonna
myself.
say,
I've never heard this one.
I was just
okay.
about to say I only
Not
know
familiar?
like 3 songs.
Okay,
like
they're
3
not
songs.
familiar. We'll skip that one. We'll save that for later. Okay, and stop. Huh. Okay. 9 Inch Nails.
Ooh.
Okay.
Should be interesting.
Have a second. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Gotta pick one. Up
Oh,
or
you
down.
gotta
All
pick
of
one,
them?
dude.
Okay, up. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Crash, why does 9 Inch Nails get the thumbs up?
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, like, they basically, granted, I know people will argue this up and down all day and all night, but, when it comes to 90s industrial, 90s kind of heavy synth metal, they certainly didn't invent it. By God, they didn't invent it, but they made it popular. They helped it breach out, and again, like Trent Reznor, albums like The Downward Spiral, Pretty Hate Machine, they pretty much speak for themselves in just how sheer, raw, and just amazingly disturbing, just how just albums that just completely tear your soul to ribbons with their lyrical content and their music. Yes.
Well said. Okay. So, John, why does 9 Inch Nails get the thumbs up?
I think that Trent Reznor, in many ways, is a genius, especially with what he was doing and what he was able to do with his output from the late 80s through the 90s and even up through now. He gets a lot of shit for, taking his stuff in like a commercial direction, licensing it to films, or even working with David Fincher, Atticus Ross, whatever. Everything from the more industrial-leaning days, even up through some of the content on these new EPs, it's at least an artist that's not afraid to continue experimenting, not just putting out the same thing over and over again. Even their album that sells so many hits, With Teeth and '05, actually holds up still for me to this day. Not always super into all the instrumental stuff, but overall, definitely a lot of love for them.
Perfect. Okay. There's so many different camps for 9 Inch Nails fans, whether you're a fan of the before Fragile and the Downward Spiral or past it, where Trent Reznor really got cleaned up. I mean, really cleaned up his acts. Didn't even take caffeine for a while. I mean, whether you're into that post, before or after stages, there's so many different songs and albums that feel complete. Even with the trilogy of EPs and the album they released earlier this year, I can honestly say, Bad Witch I enjoyed, even though that's the only one I really enjoyed of those 3. I loved With Teeth probably more than I should. Downward Spiral is one of my favorite albums because there's so much compacted into one album at a time where it's very difficult to get that much going on. So that's why I say 9 Inch Nails gets more respect. Should have more respect on the names. And by the way, I've seen the stuff live with Atticus Ross. Anyone that says that's not 9 Inch Nails, you have no idea what you're talking about. It's amazing to see 9 Inch Nails live, even last year and this year. Mark, why does 9 Inch Nails get the thumbs up? I saved you for last because you were kind of on the fence and decided so.
And I still am, because you know what? I am one of those early 9 Inch Nails adopters who loves Pretty Hate Machine and Downward Spiral. I hate the Fragile. Okay. I have always hated the Fragile. I think 9 Inch Nails really falls into a really derivative territory around this point, and I think they've consistently struggled since then to regain a lot of that experimental edge. I like Trent Reznor when he goes off and does the weird ambient stuff. I like his work with Atticus Ross and David Fincher. I like the weirder electronic stuff. And what drives me crazy about Bad Witch is that, yeah, you're being experimental, but you're retreading ground that Death Grips is already doing. And,
yes. Yeah.
And the frustrating thing is, on that note, I'd be inclined to say thumbs down, but Pretty Hate Machine and The Downward Spiral are legit classics. I can't fault that.
Fair enough. Okay. So that was actually really well said. I mean, there's a lot to take in for 9 Inch Nails, for so much happening, so much different variety of music in that, but I think that was well said.
Yeah.
You know, maybe something that we should think about for before is that when it comes to certain eras of certain bands.
Sure.
Yeah. like a band like Nine Inch Nails, like when you say Nine Inch Nails, oh, okay, which Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah,
There's like so many different identities for this band to have.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
For
because
sure.
I'm with you, Mark. Like the later out Nine Inch Nails output, I'm a bit more nice to Fragile, but like Fragile, everything beyond With Teeth is where they start to slide downhill for me. Just, ugh.
Okay.
I mean, that's where I start seeing a lot of the derivative patterns and stuff.
Fair
And
enough.
I don't like Bad Witch. Just,
Really?
I'm sorry, people.
I actually
just,
enjoyed it. Of the three
Nah.
of that trilogy, Bad Witch was the one I actually enjoyed for whatever reason. It actually did catch me right at the right mood. I liked it, so it wasn't my favorite.
That's
ever,
fair.
but I still thought it was pretty good. There was some engaging stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you have a specific like time frame of a band, you can add that to in your suggestion. If there is like this certain band before this, you can add that as your suggestion too. That's fine. So if you want to make it more specific, however, we're gonna look over here and stop. Okay. Interesting choice. This should get some discussion. Papa Roach. Yeah. All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. One or the other, guys. Come on. Do not leave Mark and I hanging. One or the other. Just
I'm
choose.
sorry.
Okay,
Sorry,
thumbs
I
down.
forgot. There-
Yeah, I
there's
apologize also. I'll start
a
off
few
right
songs.
now. Yeah,
Some
exactly.
songs.
That's how I am too. For even
Yeah,
their
yeah.
best album you can think of, that's not a full album. There's filler
No.
galore in it. I mean, they have some great singles
Yes.
through the years that does
Yeah.
not even probably add up to one full album, and that's why I really feel that way. So thumbs down. However, before I really keep going, one eternal positive thing I can say, or two things about Papa Roach with my time. One, fantastic live band. They know how to put on a show. Number two,
Yeah.
they are the example of how to treat your fans. I've never seen a band in all my travels shit like they invite the fans on the tour bus. They sign stuff. They spend hours of their time on the road every day just talking to their fans when they don't have to. So I give them kudos to them. Just the music itself, not enough to really warrant that, so thumbs down. So, Mark, you also gave the thumbs down quickly with me, so I'll go with you first. Mark?
Don't have a lot to say about it. It's the lyrics. It's like there's some heaviness in the production I can appreciate, but honestly, they have never been a band I've ever been able to get into. A lot of that particular wave of rap metal, new metal, never really jumped on board with it.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to it now, it's just faintly embarrassing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say embarrassing, but I get what you're saying. That 99 scene, so okay.
There are some songs
do.
that
There
are
are,
embarrassing.
yes, that
I
is
know
true.
all about that.
Cut my life.
The memes alone now, though, made up for that song. Come on now. Crash, why do Papa Roach get the thumbs down?
Like you said, God, Papa Roach is a band I don't want to hate, really, because like you say, they are great to their fans. They, unlike a lot of other bands of that scene and of that style, they aren't jerks. Like so many bands from that were
Correct.
complete assholes, but they
Well,
actually were, and like I say, they are a great band. They work hard. They deliver for the people who like their sound. I just really wish I had more to like about their sound. It just,
Well said.
I'll give it up for, like, I have a weird love for, like, Blood Brothers and some of the more obscure stuff on, like, their first 2 or 3 albums, but I don't know, guys, there's just not enough there for me to tilt that thumb. It's just not enough. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. John, why did they get the thumbs down?
You know, despite as much as I played the Getting Away with Murder album when I was like
Yeah.
13
No,
to 14 years old.
2004, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
all those days back in that, it still doesn't merit a thumbs up because so many bands from my childhood I can go back and be like, well, maybe the lyrics weren't the best, but at least the songs are still fun. Their styles feel forced, and the songs, especially in recent years, they feel like they're meant and made for like certain crowds. They have a crowd pleaser for the fans that like a little bit more electronics in their music. They have a sound for a little bit of a heavier fan. I mean, back in the day, I was definitely more of a dedicated fan, and like you said, nice people. I spent hours online trying to find a leak in like 2008 of their song Hollywood Whore, and I'm not proud of that, but
Okay, time, but what did you just say? I'm sorry. Could you?
There's a story here.
We have to add a
There's a
little bit
very
of more
good
time,
story.
gentlemen. I'm sorry. John, what was that?
I spent There was probably actually a few days that I kept coming back. Back in the LimeWire days, before the song "A Hollywood Whore" by Papa Roach officially came out, I had heard a preview of it on radio or something, and I had to have that song. I was like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be the song," and I never did find it.
It was a song.
It was a song, that's for sure.
It certainly is.
Okay. That's not nearly as embarrassing as when we found out what the meaning of 1,000-Foot Crutch was by Crash last time. So,
Yeah.
Was I lying though? Was I lying?
No, you were lying.
Okay,
You
Crash,
were
it's
lying.
not that we all thought you were an uncredible source. It was so
course.
stupid, none of us could believe how dumb that was.
No, even I couldn't believe it myself, but it was like, no, that had to have been a thing. I sat through a whole chapel
right.
where they talked. That was part of their
I
testimony.
looked
for
it
God's
up,
sake.
and you were right. First, we'll go back into that in a second. First of all, we have to think of a death for Papa Roach. Any suggestions?
Raid?
Okay, we we put them in giant cockroach suits, shrink them down with a shrink ray, put them in the middle of the pit in the field, and let some housewife with a can of Raid come after and spray them and chase them around until they're gone.
Well, since they're
Jesus.
not actually cockroaches, the raid shouldn't kill them.
Yes. What if we
You're
kill them
right.
and then get away with murder?
I don't want to kill them. They're nice guys. Like,
Yeah, well, okay, we kill all of their albums.
There we go. Yeah. We smash all their albums into pieces just as a last resort.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. How many more puns can we think of, guys? Sorry. Is there anything else we're missing?
I
As long as
can't
it
even
doesn't leave a
remember
scar.
their last albums that they put out.
I
so
think,
the name-
Yeah.
after this, I think they'll need help.
I like that song. I like
It's not
Help.
bad. It's really not bad.
I like Help. You
Okay.
cover. Didn't you cover? Never mind.
Anyway, I didn't cover that one album. But that being said, before we go to the next band, I did look up what 1,000-Foot Crutch meant, and I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it was their direct thing. It said, when your problems pile up 1,000 feet high, Jesus is 1,000-foot crutch. That is not how crutches work. Oh, about to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Good thing I have my giant crutch to help me hop over the mountain. No, that's not how it works.
Jesus, through all the hard times in my life, there was only one set of footprints. Where did you go? Jesus? He's dragging a giant 1,000-foot crutch. Hey!
No, but wait a minute. They said that Jesus is the crutch.
Oh, Jesus is the crutch.
He is the
Oh,
So you have to
So
stick
is
Jesus
he
under your
contorted?
armpits? And like,
Is he
Oh.
contorted?
oh, that's...
Jesus, I had to use axe today. I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the crutch.
Jesus, I'm afraid of heights. What the hell, dude?
Okay, Jesus, I'm gonna have to switch it to the other arm now. Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
But you just fall to the ground in the meantime while you're switching arms? Like, how's that? You're 10,000 feet in the air.
Okay, clouds are still clear. I'm not gonna get struck by lightning, so okay, well, I think we're all good. Okay, next band, because we have a few minutes left in the first round. Thank you guys again. Keep the suggestions coming. Okay, and stupid 1,000-foot crutch. Sorry, Papa Roach. You did deserve to die, even though I do think you're good guys. I don't think you're bad. And stop. Okay. Interesting one. Okay, this is good for discussion, though, and somewhat recent. Bullet for My Valentine.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one to talk about. Okay.
It is. It is.
One.
Yeah.
2, 3. You have to pick one, John.
I
One
feel
or the
you,
other.
John.
All
I
of Rome
feel
is
you,
looking at
but
you in the Coliseum. One or the other.
Ah,
John.
I really don't know. I have such
Hannah, if
conflicted...
you're listening, go
Okay,
go
you are
in there
the
and make
save-
him pull one or the other.
you are the lone
No,
saving
John,
goal.
no. You can't do that crap either. We're going to stall until you actually pick one or the other. Hannah, if you're in there, down. Okay, finally.
Okay.
I'll go mine
I'm sorry.
first. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I-
I'll give mine first. Take Gravity out of the picture. That might as
No,
well have
Gravity.
No.
It's not just Gravity. It is not just
It's
Gravity.
Not just Gravity.
But
It
take
is not
that
just
one
Gravity.
completely
Sorry.
out of the picture. They have gone much more away from the metalcore scene since before then. However, I still say all their talent is still there. They can still deliver like there's nobody's business. All those mid-2000s and late 2000s albums and songs that I heard were the ones that blew me away and proved to me this is something that can last. Has it lasted as long? Not quite as much as I had hoped. However, they still are a solid band with a lot more talent than they live. I think even before Gravity, before they started really, I don't want to say softening, but like just like easing up on the energy and the ferociousness, especially in the guitar, they still have the talent there. Gravity, I think, was the nail in the coffin for me, but I still say thumbs up. I get that I'm in the minority, though, and I get they die. So, John, I'm going to let you go last because you were so indecisive. Mark, why do they get the thumbs down?
I went through every bullet from my Valentine record before covering Gravity on the Trailing Edge. I listened to all of them. And some of them I listened to multiple times because I wanted to be sure I understood the appeal. To me, they are an also-ran band. They are a band that's always jogged a couple steps behind the better acts in their genre, even at their peak. Yes, the guitar work can be really good, but when you eject that on the most recent albums, why the hell would I go back to them? The production's not good. A lot of the drum work is sounding really programmed these days, and the lyrics have never been good.
The lyrics have been generic, even with Matt Tuck's singing ability. Yeah, I still think pretty generic. Okay, Crash, why do you think they get the thumbs down?
I mirror John heavily on this. These guys have always felt like trend chasers to me. Like their first big album, I forget what it's called, but The Poison, yeah. The Poison just felt like it was catching up to like the harder emo scene of like, you know, My Chemical Romance and some of the darker sort of emo stuff. Then they released Scream, Aim, and Fire, and that was more just, you know, the metalcore stuff that they were 2 or 3 years behind with. And even this new album that they released, well, everybody's going trap and going atmospheric, so let's be 2 to 3 years behind on that too. And again, like, there is a little bit of talent there. There's some tasty licks here and there, but never anything enough to save it, or never anything to make it stick out or seem original. There.
Well said. Okay. John, since you were more indecisive, why did they get the thumbs down as your decision?
If you had asked me even 5 years ago if I really liked their debut album, The Poison, I would have said yes. But the more I guess, have opened my ears and expanded in terms of like the amount of bands of that style that I've listened to, the more that they felt forced and generic, and just I like Matt Tuck as a vocalist, and even when the guitars on a lot of their stuff do sound good, I often feel like the production's a little bit flat. It kind of keeps them in a box to the sense where like these solos should be popping off, but they're just not. They feel more tame than a lot of these other bands. Gravity wasn't exactly the breaking point for me. I feel like I broke three or 4 years ago. And while I still like some cuts on Fever and a few of the other albums, overall, at this point, I just don't see that much redeemable.
Fair enough. I can say this. The production on this most recent one, Gravity, was atrocious. I mean, it was so unlevel.
So uneven.
Yeah, so unlevel. Anyway, so they do die. How do you gentlemen suggest the Bullet for My Valentine gets the death sentence?
Russian roulette.
What if they all survive that though? Do we just make them keep playing until they actually get a bullet?
Well, the gun has 4 different sides on it. With 4 different...
Oh my gosh! It's like a 4-barreled gun. Like some guys just a
4-barreled shotgun.
We've devised this new weapon, everyone. It's just for this one band. Oh. Okay, we have
Anthrax and their Valentine's cards.
Yes, there you go. And Valentine's take like the SpongeBob Valentine with anthrax in it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got time for one more of this round. Then we're gonna go into the super chat. So this is your last shot if you want to get a thing without getting a super chat in. And we have boom.
Drum roll, please.
Okay. I saw it twice.
Oh no.
It's Imagine Dragons. Odd one to end on for the first round, but we're going to do it anyway, because that's fair. I saw it from 2 different people. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're split.
Okay, that's fine.
We're split.
That's totally fine.
That's fair.
Okay.
No, that's fair.
Mark, you were the first one to go up, so why do you think they get the thumbs up?
All due honesty, I think for the frustrations I have with Imagine Dragons are entirely in the issue of their production. They're currently on Kid in the Corner. I think a lot of their production comes from the majority of. There's one guy's named Alex the Kid. Alex the Kid, I blame for the majority of how colorless and soulless a lot of their sound has been. When they move towards a little bit more of a rougher rock edge, going back to Night Visions, I really like a lot of that album. It's just everything that's come after has driven me crazy. And because I keep hearing potential within this band, and even a lot of the writing is not terrible per se. I want to stick up for this band. Stuff they did with Kygo recently, and that song Natural. Natural is not great, but the song they did with Kygo I really liked. So I've got hope.
Okay, right on time. Okay, John, why do Imagine Dragons get the thumbs up?
People probably expected me right away to give a thumbs down, just because I've talked about them a decent amount since the Evolve album dropped. Evolve is a pretty shitty album that has so many bad songs, poorly produced, poorly written. And the thing is that the talent is there and the potential is there, and they've showed us that. I think that Night Visions was a decent album, even though it tried to go in a lot of different directions. It had some interesting songs, ones that at least felt spirited and passionate. And on Smoke and Mirrors, a lot of people considered that a misstep. I would honestly probably say that that's their best album. There's songs on there that I really just love. I would say maybe not their best album, but I have the most songs that I maybe come back to the most frequently on there.
But didn't you put Fear on your year-end worst list one year?
Yeah, that was a song from that album, but not the album as a whole. See, I loved what's the name of the song from there? I can't think of song names from them. I'll look it up while Crash goes.
Okay, Crash, go for it.
Part of the reason I may be so sour on Imagine Dragons is because I came in fairly late with them. Like the album before Smoke and Mirrors, forgive me.
Night Visions.
Night Visions, thank you. Yeah. I came in around there. I thought it was okay. I got sick of hearing it everywhere I went, which is another big problem with this band. A lot of the stuff I've heard from them, like, it just sounds like music to play in the background of car commercials. It seems very empty. It seems very substanceless. There isn't much there to cling on to. But at least in the past, there were at least decent hooks. There were at least, there were at least infectious melodies. On Evolve, that album fucking broke me. Fucking Believer. Just fucking... I heard that in every goddamn store I went to. No, I'm sorry. Imagine Dragon. No. I would like Imagine No Dragon.
Wait.
Yeah.
But wait. How does that song go again, Crash? I don't remember. Can you give me the melody again?
Well, it's a weird chorus because it's not like they repeat it over and over and over again or anything, but it's like, you break me up, you break me up, you break me up, you break me up, and you sing it at the very highest edge of your register, even though you can't even barely hit it and sound like a goddamn Muppet baby. You break me up, you break me up, and practically doing a little diva impression right now. Believer. Dolph Lundgren.
I agree.
I agree with all of that. That sounded like Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron covering Imagine Dragons.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Night Visions was the band that got me on an album that kind of got me interested in them. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was fine. That was their peak, in my opinion. It all not only leveled out, it finally go a little bit more and more downhill until last year where it plummeted. I can't say more than what's already been said and demonstrated and demoed from Crash. However, I just feel that is generic and it goes just a little bit below generic. That's why I say thumbs down briefly. So they live to see another day though. However, we have to smack them around a bit so that way they know they learned a lesson not to do and evolve again. So how do we teach them that?
We chain them into the studio with Kygo until they start making better music. And then we shoot Alex the Kid in the head.
Is that fair Is that fair to Kygo, though? He has other stuff he needs to do.
I didn't like the Kygo song.
I thought it was
I like it. You know what? I think
it's better than everything else that came out on Evolve.
Yes, I thought Natural was better, though.
I have mixed feelings on Natural. I already talked about it on Billboard Breakdown. Honestly, the thing that pisses me off most about Imagine Dragons comes back to the fact that they used Believer in the season 1 finale of Riverdale over a sex scene. And it makes no sense.
Ew!
You make me...
You make
when
me a
Archie's
believer?
stealing Veronica and when Jughead is stealing Betty.
Stop.
See, now I feel really gross about making that Muppet Babies comparison now.
Crash, I'm going to need you to do something for me. I'm going to cue you to come in. Think about Riverdale and that intimate sex scene that finally happens at the end of the season, and you hear this.
You break me up, you break me up, you break me up.
There's a squeaky bed going, pillows are flying everywhere, and that's all you hear from outside the room.
I could have at least used Dancing in the Dark.
Yeah.
What was the other one? Thunder Rolls? Was,
Thunder.
yeah.
Feel the thunder.
Oh, my
God.
gosh, no! That's
That
worse.
sounds horrible. If
Oh,
I
at
might,
least-
real quick, let me add the two songs that I really loved from Smoke and Mirrors. It was Friction and Hopeless Opus. Those are the two that I really love on that album.
Thank you guys so much for bearing with us in that. The first round is over. We had a lot of good discussion. We had a lot of positive talk, and we got a lot of bands that we unfortunately had to shamelessly put down. However, some of them deserved it. Let's be honest. That's just how it is. Go ahead.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to run and get my power cord while you guys do
Go
the
ahead.
rules for the super chats.
Okay, we're gonna do like a little bit of a quick thing. Go ahead and get your chat. Just give this time for a little break. John and Crash, what projects do you have coming up while we wait for Mark? John, go first. What's the next big video you have coming?
Oh, you know what? Let Crash go first, and I'll pull up my Google Doc.
Crash,
with all
go
my,
ahead. What's the next big video you have coming up?
Oh, see, the thing is, I'm actually on a small, somewhat hiatus for the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I am working on my first well, not my first EP, but I'm working on a new EP of original music that I'll be releasing hopefully by the end of the month as part of my Patreon revamping. I'm going to be introducing some new reward tiers, some new incentives to give, and part of that is going to be another new album of original stuff. I'm making it all myself, fully instrumental, electric guitars, bass, drums, the whole shebang, and it is really hard to make music. Very, very difficult and hard, and I hate mixing vocals. I hate it so much. But no, I'll be revamping my Patreon stuff here in the upcoming months, and the new album is going to be part of that. And then I have a ton of albums I need to catch up with, so and my docket's going to be pretty full for the next couple of months. But yeah, that's what's going on with me.
Fair enough. Awesome.
Nice.
So, John, what's the next big thing you have coming up?
I'm working on a lot of things right now, actually. In terms of just like, what to expect maybe even this week, I'm going to be covering Death Cab for Cutie and Ariana Grande for sure in terms of album reviews. Okay. Bigger projects, I've got a couple of video essays that are going to be coming out in the next month or two. One will be out next Monday, hopefully. It's a lot of work, but it's actually going to be called Streaming is Ruining the Music Industry, sort of. I got a video discussion about should cell phones be banned at concerts coming out. And then I've got a top 10 on Florence and the Machine, a ranked episode where I rank every Arctic Monkeys album. So a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline soon.
Awesome. Okay, Mark, what's the next big video or projects do you have coming up this month?
Coming up for the rest of this month, well, it's going to be a little bit different for me because as I announced on my Patreon, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Woo!
As in, I'm flying out to the UK for a bit of live touring. I'm going to be bouncing around the UK and Scotland a little bit. I'm also going to the Reading Music Festival, which I'm not sure I'm going to be live blogging anything there. We'll see what happens, but that means vacation rules are in effect. And it means I'm covering on average about 3 albums per video that I post. But while I'm gone, I'm also going to be putting out my top 10 best hit songs of 1993.
Oh,
Interesting.
93.
What
all was
93?
93?
Weird year.
What was 93?
That's it's a little bit of an odd year.
Hip hop,
Yeah.
grunge, Garth Brooks, everything.
Yeah, grunge.
Oh, here's the thing. There is no country on that list.
Okay, good.
There's no
Okay.
country that charted. You don't want to know what, because grunge was not a thing on the charts.
It was
Riot Girl was not a thing. Punk,
not yet,
there was not a thing. You know what? Punk we did have the 3 Little Pigs song.
Oh,
Green
green jelly!
Yeah. Wasn't that with
That's
Maynard?
not making my list, by the way.
That's fine. That's fair. That's fair.
Seriously, The Rock was so bad, people convinced themselves the Gin Blossoms were good.
Yeah.
Also, touring around this year, by the way. They are on tour right now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I swear on my life.
Huh.
No, 93 is only redeemable because there's a shit ton of G-Funk, and Meatloaf made his comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yep.
So, and for myself, not only do I have 2 album reviews coming out, hopefully next weekend, Alice in Chains' new one, and also The Amity
nice.
Affliction. Alice in Chains, I'm hopeful, skeptically hopeful about.
Yeah.
However, I'll see what that's going to be. However, hopefully this Sunday I will have up the top 10 worst covers in rock. The reason why it's taken a little long is because I've gone completely from Vegas to Adobe. I'm now editing everything in Adobe software, and it's blowing my mind because all of my speed and keyboard savvy from Vegas is completely gone now. It's not even existent. So I have to relearn everything. However, the video's progressing, It's shot, it's filmed, recorded. I already have a good amount of it already finished. I just have to finish it up, and hopefully I have that by Sunday. Oh my gosh, there are so many bad covers in rock. Oh my, why? Why did so many people think there were so many good ideas when they weren't? That's all I'm going to say. So, that being said, it's now time for round 2. This is for all the people that donated Super Chats. It's not too late if you want to get in on that also. Again, thank you guys for sticking with us. As of right now, we have 345 people in the chat.
Ooh. Very nice.
So
that's a lot of people.
This is where it's going to be a little bit of a change, though. Thank you all for sticking in here. I'm going to read off all the Super Chats. Here's the thing. If we don't know of a band, we're not just going to skip it. We'll just say one of us will say we don't know, and we'll bow out of that discussion. We want to make sure they read them, just like last time. However, there might be a chance one of us isn't as familiar with every artist. So that's where it does differ a little bit here. That being said, you guys ready for round 2?
Yeah, really quickly, Luke, yes. I think people are having trouble with mobile super chats. I've been replying to some people, and it seems like a lot of people are not able to do them on mobile. So you might just want to give a shout out if they're able to switch to desktop or something, then try it on there.
Hey, everyone. You know what would be super awesome? If you got on your computer instead of your phone. Look at these handsome faces looking at you right now on this live stream. Don't you want to see them on your big computer monitor and not your tiny phone screen? Come on now.
But Luke, what if I don't have a computer?
Go to your neighbor's house
desktop
and
mode on your
beg.
You could. You open up Safari and log into your YouTube account that way. That's how I change details for things that can't be changed on mobile.
You should have a browser on there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, okay, let's get this going. First off, Rat Tail Tony. Any albums you like that everyone else hates? It's just a question. Does anyone have one album that you like that everyone else hates?
How many?
I know, right? If you have one off the top of your head,
pick
just one. Yeah,
one.
Does anyone can go? This is a free form.
S Club 7-7.
I knew you were going to say that, Mark. You brings them up.
Okay.
It's one of the best pop records of 2000.
Okay. It's not so much people hate it, but it's embarrassing when you have to explain what it is. I did a whole video on it. New Radicals, maybe you've been brainwashed too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah, no, more people should know about that. That's a really good one.
No, it's not!
It is not a flawless diamond. There is there's like 3 songs on there that are trash, but there is so much good in my opinion on that album. That's why I admit
I'm with you on that.
It is an acquired taste and it is embarrassing. However, that's one for me. So that was 97 also, by the way. So John and Crash, do you have an album you love that everyone else hates?
I don't want to say love. I have to say love?
No, it doesn't have to be love. Anyone that you like that everyone else hates. It says like in the question too. So one that you like that everyone else hates.
All the Right Reasons by Nickelback.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
Excuse me for a second.
That's bad memories for Luke. That's old territory.
There are worse Nickelback albums than that, though.
There totally are.
People give that one so much shit. People give that one so much shit because it was so big, but I'm going to be Chris Stuckman for a second because I grew up with that album.
Well, fair enough. Okay. And Crash, what's one for you?
Oh, for me, this is like asking a comedian to tell a joke because every album in my head is just crashing into each other and I can't think of which one I should pull out. Like, I've already covered some of the biggest ones on my show already. Stuff like Bad Religion's Into the Unknown. That is objectively not a good album at all, but I love it for what it is. and stuff like Red Hot Chili Peppers' One Hot Minutes. That album really didn't get a fair shake.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, I like One Hot Minute. I got a lot of shit for putting that so high on my ranked list.
Yeah, see, and doesn't deserve it. Doesn't deserve any of the shit it gets, really. It's, it's solid for what it is. It's a very different Peppers album, but different is not bad. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. See, that was a very good, well-metered discussion. Yeah. We all have something, so that's totally fine. Awesome. Next one, Miguel Prats, and that was Muse, greetings from Spain. So the band is Muse. So, on 3. And I changed the timer down to 30 seconds to help speed through these a little bit.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, I figured that would be. Okay, so anyone want to go first? Crash, you want to go first on why Muse gets the thumbs up?
Despite whatever you want to say about some of their more recent outputs, Muse has more than proven themselves with the stuff that has. I mean, is anybody gonna sit here and tell me that Knights of Sidonia doesn't redeem a lot for these guys. Stuff like, what is that album? Absolution?
Black Holes and Revelations.
Yeah, there you go.
Black Holes and
Black Holes and
Revelations.
Revelations.
Yes, I was trying to think of the album title. But
Yeah.
like the good stuff far outweighs a lot of their cons. Let's hope it stays that way. I'm a little worried about this upcoming one, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'll go right now. This most previous album, not before this upcoming one that comes out in November, their most recent album that had the most disjointed lyric writing and awkward pauses and breaks between the songs, the one that had like a drill sergeant interrupt its own song, just kills it off. Yeah, Drones, whatever it was.
The Drones, yeah.
I can take that as a mulligan. There's so much good, both with Absolution, Supermassive, or Black Holes and Revelations, all around that area. There's so many good things. They put on an amazing live show. They've stayed, for the most part, consistent, and I say that with an asterisk because I don't know what to expect this year. So we're going to find out with that.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Okay, so Mark, why do you think they get the thumbs up?
Muse are a gloriously messy, gloriously cheesy band, but they gave us Knights of Sidonia. I love to do songs from the Resistance at karaoke. Like Uprising is amazingly fun.
Absolutely.
And for me, Madness is the greatest hall pass they will ever have.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Agreed. Yeah, that's another great one.
Okay, John, why do you think they get the thumbs up?
Muse are one of my top 10 favorite bands. They have been for a long time. Absolution, Black Holes and Revelations, some of my favorite albums ever.
Yeah.
From the early days where they were definitely sounding a lot more Radiohead-esque to the recent, even more controversial stuff like The Second Law, which definitely had a lot of people's heads turned. I found to be, and I love it.
I thought it was. I liked it too. Yeah.
I love that album.
Yeah.
Madness, I hated the first time I heard it, and now it's one of my favorite Muse songs. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. They have that. They have a way of growing into your heart.
Okay,
I'll say that.
Yeah. Awesome. Very well said. I figured that would be overwhelmingly positive, but for different reasons. So that was really good.
Yeah.
From Grillmore, Wage War, ? So the band is called Wage War.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar.
I'm out.
No,
Okay.
I'm out.
I'm familiar.
Crash, go ahead.
Oh, just me?
I know it's you, but you just go ahead.
Okay. Well, they get a thumbs up from me. Granted, I haven't heard a ton of their stuff. They're still a relatively new band, right? They've only got like 2 albums out, right? Yeah, like they're a band in kind of that post-new metal-ish sort of vein. That's, like they're promising. I wouldn't say they're full-blown gonna blow anybody completely out of the water yet necessarily. They still have growing they can do, but I am very impressed with what I've heard so far. There's definitely potential there, and I feel like they can capitalize it if they keep moving up.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
I really feel the same way. They're still a pretty relatively young band from Ocala. Not a lot of music scene, but they had a Day to Remember Esther Staple, and they have a lot of good publicity with them. I think Wage War puts on a great live show. I saw them at Warped Tour this year. They have a lot of energy. They're that kind of, not metalcore, but at the same time in that realm that they're really trying to impress a lot of people with, and it works. I want to see them progress more and do a little bit more than the same speed they have. However, they have a lot more positives and a lot of beneficial factors to them. So I am giving the thumbs up too. So for Crash and I, they are allowed to live.
Yeah.
Crash, would you put them in the same category as like a Cane Hill sort of thing?
Kind of. I would say they're a bit more, not quite as on the edgier side. They aren't quite as like aggro. They're a bit more They're a bit more melody friendly.
Yeah.
They're
Like
not
a
quite.
Def
They're not.
Jam sort of
They're not as much about attitude as they are about just soundscape.
And the vocals are very different.
Yes, it's very different.
Yeah.
very, very different vocal styling.
All right.
From Dry Alex 12. Sorry, you're so dry. Travis Meeks just announced a show later this month. Thoughts on Days of the New? Days of the New, if you're not familiar.
I'm out.
Crash,
No,
I feel you
yeah.
and I are the same thing. This is not the biggest thumbs up I can possibly give. I'll start first.
Yeah.
This was a big late 90s band. Touch, Peel, and Stand was the big song. They had many other singles, 2.5 times platinum, toured with Metallica and Jerry Cantrell in the late 90s until the lead singer, who was only 17 when the album came out, went nanners. Found meth, made a solo album, or not a solo album, like, I know. He made so much more gorgeous music even through all his drug addictions until he lost all his money, went to jail twice. He's back out now. I can't stress enough. I'm just going to post links about Days of the New's music. I made an video about it. It's one of my all-time favorite albums. I can't stress enough. That's a big thumbs up. Crash.
I need to make this super quick because my headphones are about to die and I need to switch to another pair.
Okay.
But yeah, Days of the New, wonderful band, wonderful acoustic act, pure acoustic act from the 90s that was kind of in that, they were one of those weird transitionary bands that got us from grunge into post-grunge. I know that doesn't sound like an endorsement, but they were actually really, really good at it. They were unique. They had a wonderful sound. Again, Travis Meeks, an amazing performer and an amazing vocalist too. Just raw, just a absolutely raw. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's and I need to change my headphones really quick. I will make this as quick as possible. I apologize.
So last time Crash sang Breaking Benjamin, and this time he sang Imagine Dragons. I would just like to point out this was not planned. This actually happened.
At some point, I got to sing something here.
Yeah, Mark, if you have never seen on my girlfriend and Finny on Hannah's channel, if you've never seen our carpool karaoke, listen to Mark singing Mr. Brightside. Holy shit, I was blown away in the car in the moment.
The Killers, huh? Okay.
I was like, holy shit. Like,
Not gonna lie, I'm going to karaoke after this, so like,
can I come?
It's country karaoke, so I'm not sure how much you guys will like.
Well, you know, it just depends on what you're singing.
It depends on the show. Yeah, if it's a good enough show, I'll plug my ears and record the whole thing. Anyway,
you coming in there, Crash?
Crash again?
Sorry, I'm still setting up. Sorry, give me one more minute here.
Okay, one more minute. Okay, we'll go through the next one. Crash, do you know who Buffalo Tom is?
I do not, so I will.
You bow out.
I
don't know who Buffalo Tom is either.
I don't either.
Thank you so much, Jack in the Box. That's the user. Thank you for your donation and your super chat. We don't know who Buffalo Tom is. Have to move on. So, Miguel Prats, greetings from Spain. Typo negative.
Don't know.
I know.
I do.
I know. Yeah, just enough. I'll give him the thumbs up. I mean, you want to talk about atmospheric type of industrial metal style? That's what it is. As briefly as I can, I'm not super familiar, but talk about a band that did whatever the heck they wanted. They got super creative with their stuff and just tried to make an atmosphere out of their music. This was 90s-esque when you weren't listening to Prodigy or Nine Inch Nails in a darkly lit room while on your computer for hours. This is what you would listen to.
Typo Negative and I have a weird relationship. Like, I mean, I've heard a lot of their singles. They make great brooding music.
Yes.
Like especially with the vocals, especially with how a lot of their music is structured. I'm not crazy about their albums though. They tend to run really long, and I kind of think they only have a couple songs I would seriously go back to in comparison with their larger discography. I don't hate them by any stretch, so it's a tentative thumbs up. Yeah. But there are other acts doing what they did.
Yeah, I agree with that too. So yeah, I'm on the things like, let them live. So Typo Negative survives. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna save. Okay, the next two I know Crash is gonna want to jump in on, so we're gonna wait just politely for him. I know we already talked about this. I'm going to do the plugs again just really quickly. If you are interested in checking out any of these other three gentlemen's channels, they are in the YouTube cards or in the description below, all three of their channels. All you have to do is hit their buttons to subscribe. There's a shadow of Crash Thompson complaining and working on headphones, and all I see is this big shadow trying to work things out. It's like...
I'm gonna tweet out. Go check my Twitter right now if you're watching this stream. I'm gonna tweet what I've seen of Crash for the past hour and a half. This is the only. He never left for me.
That's
he never left
so
for me.
Perfect. He's fine on mine. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this.
Okay, guys.
And while you're fine, Crash. And by the way, I'm aware of all the video issues we've been having because on the stream, like Crash will like zoom in and zoom out really quick. John will have like the timer on top of his head. That's all I can say. Skype. That's everything that's happened with that. Hopefully you guys are able to bear with it and hope it wasn't too obtrusive. Anyway, Crash, can you hear us?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
I thought those. The thing is, those are new headphones. They had a full charge. I figured they would last at least 3 to 4 hours.
It's fine. Okay, so we are going to go now. We're going to do this a little bit quicker because there are a lot of super chats. Thank you guys again. We're going to give the thumbs up, thumbs down on these bands, and then if we have anything we need to say, we'll say it, then we'll give the death if we have to. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
A little bit more rapid fire, but we'll try to go for it. Okay, from Grillmore, Bad Wolves. Also, hey guys. So Bad Wolves, the band. Everyone have an opinion? Yes.
Yeah.
Sir. Okay.
Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. You know the rule. You know the rule. Up or down. Come on, Mark. There we
I
go.
know.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have anything specific they want to say?
A lot of potential. I want to see where they go from there.
Fair
even though I
enough.
don't like their cover of Zombie.
Okay. I thought the cover was
Yeah,
okay.
precisely.
I thought the cover was okay. They played it to the point of insanity, though. If you want to check them out, check out their album. They are
Yes.
much heavier than the cover of Zombie alludes to. So give that a shot. Anything else?
Album surprised me.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
definitely
there you go.
more than the cover.
Exactly.
That's all I'll say.
Well, very well said. Good live band too. Okay, that was a good one. Next one, Rat Tail Tony, Kiss. Okay, we all have to have an opinion on this one. No one backing out now.
I'm
Okay.
going to go there.
I feel like
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Down. Okay.
Oh, damn it!
You're fine.
I don't want to be the only thumbs
Hey,
down.
I already gave the
just
thumbs down. I saw.
Okay.
Okay, I saw 3 thumbs and then possibly 2, so they live no matter what. Mark, why do they get the thumbs up?
To me, Kiss is the definition of a disposable band, but at the same time, they are the right kind of disposable. I've heard music from The Elder. It's not good, but at the same time, they've got enough dumbass singles that I can get behind them, and I've always appreciated how they treat their fans, especially when they toured in the mid to late 70s, early 80s. They actually went to all those Midwestern towns that nobody else came to. That's how they built their fan base. And I appreciate Gene Simmons for as much of an asshole as he is. When Rolling Stone was going to shit on that audience, he basically said, "Don't you dare! Like you stand up. Like we're the only bands that actually come out to see them, and you should hold them with some respect. Don't rip on them."
Awesome. Okay. So I just want to echo also, they've had so many changes over the years, whether you like everything Kiss has done or not. I don't know if anyone, even the most diehard fanatics of Kiss, that love everything Kiss has done. Okay? They have chased trends over time. They have changed things up a little bit. They've had quite a few band members go in and out, even though they like to pretend that's never happened. Gene Simmons is insane. He is an egomaniac. That all being said, they're a fun band. They're meant to be fun. Look at them. Listen to some of their songs. Listen to some of their stuff from the 70s and 80s. That's how they're supposed to be taken. They're not supposed to be taken as a serious institution of music. These are the guys you want to have playing at your house party as on Halloween night. It's just fun.
Yeah.
That's it. So, Crash or John? Crash, you were the most hesitant. So, John, why do you think Kiss gets the thumbs up?
They are so. I don't care about Kiss. I don't care. That they are the definition of if I'm sober, but when I'm drunk, oh, you sound pretty good. Let me sing along. That's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
Karaoke
that is
bars
all it
around
is.
the world thrive on that attitude, sir.
Exactly. Like, let me grab a mic and scream rock. I want to rock and roll all night right into it when I'm drunk. That's about it.
Okay, Crash, why do they get the thumbs down?
I mean, do I understand that there are plenty of reasons to respect and like Kiss? Of course. Like, I wouldn't say you shouldn't like Kiss, or I wouldn't even say, like, they don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Because, they do, given their achievements and everything they've done, for sure. But at the end of the day, you're asking, do you like the music? Is the music good? Man, I just don't give a fuck about Strutter. I'm sorry. And their career has been so inconsistent musically. Like we've already said, there's just, like, for every Detroit Rock City, there is 1,000 freaking Psycho Circuses and other Love Gun. Yeah, just even though I hate to admit it, I kind of like Love Gun just because of how stupid it is. Okay,
Kiss music is
like,
not going to make you smarter. It's not what you.
Yes.
It's
Thank
not what
you.
It's not what you listen
Yes,
to while
exactly.
studying for the SAT. It's just not.
precisely.
But
Precisely.
that's how it is. Okay, that was a good one. We got a little on a tangent with that, but that was a good one to go off on.
Yeah.
From Goku-san Dragon Ball Z. Goku-san Dragon Ball Z YouTube names. Luke, would you ever consider reviewing an album from the band Orgy? Also, what is everyone's opinion on the band Orgy? I wouldn't be against it. Does anyone else have an opinion hard on Orgy?
I have one. I know of Orgy.
Go ahead, just really quick, yeah.
Just again, they were one of those early bands in the late 90s, early 2000s, had a few really solid singles but could never capitalize on that momentum. The talent just wasn't really there. Like the songwriting chops, the musicianship, there was just enough appeal for one or two songs, but they just did not have enough mojo to make a career out of it. I love the hell out of their Blue Monday cover. Personally, I think they did an all right job by it. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I don't have much of an opinion besides the Blue Monday cover either, but at the same time, yeah. Okay.
I'll throw in mine here. I think that I agree with Crash, but I think if there is a band that I think has disappointed me, I thought Orgy had some real potential, and I was so angry with how quickly they fell off. Yeah. Because I tried to get involved in them, and just
they had that song Stitches, and that was the last I heard of them.
No. And to be fair, Dreams in Digital, their last big single off of their second album, was really, really solid. But man, like I say, they just it wasn't there. They just weren't creative enough to keep what they had going. They just ran out of ideas really quick.
So yeah, I mean, I don't really know enough about them besides two songs. Would you guys give them the thumbs up or down?
Down.
Even though there's a few songs I'm willing to defend, I'd still generally give them a thumbs down.
So Orgy dies in the pit, unfortunately. How did they die without being dirty?
That scene from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where nobody shows up, or the people who show up to the orgy.
They're just left to starve to death in the sadness.
The only reason you go to orgies is the food.
Okay. Then.
Oh my God! I know what you're talking about now, Mark.
Yeah, you know the scene.
I don't remember the scene. I don't remember that. Okay.
Yes.
Very good one. Very good
show.
Doro, they became a joke in our camp at Wacken, and that's from Himelbla. Doro.
I don't have.
I'm sorry.
I'm aware of them. Haven't heard a lot of their music though.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough to make for an opinion. Thank you for that, though. Okay, from Outright Misfit, Between the Buried and Me.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Everyone have an opinion? Okay, on three. We have to keep these quick, too. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thumbs up. I'm just gonna be really quick. Their last two, I guess not a double album, but like a part 1, part 2, whatever you want to call it. That's what really started to really hook me into them more and appreciate them a lot more. So, Crash, why did they get the thumbs up? We got to be quick about these two.
I've been following them for a long time, and they are a very consistent new wave of prog metal, sort of contemporary sort of thing. And yeah, Between the Buried and Me is just the musicianship. Again, it's just so there. The licks, the compositions, the production is usually pretty damn good too. I like it, at least. I know it's not everyone's thing, but it just strikes a good chord for me. Alaska and Colors are the shit. I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough. John, why did they get the thumbs up?
New fan, but definitely going to be coming back to them more in the future. I got into them because of their new double album or whatever. Blot's one of my favorite songs of the year. Alaska kicks so much ass. I went back, checked that. Love that.
yeah.
Love Coma Ecliptic is amazing too.
Yes.
That's all I'll say.
Okay, awesome. And Mark, why did they get the thumbs up?
I have issues with both Automata and their and Coma Ecliptic. But Colors and Alaska were the records that got me into that side of progressive death metal. So, yeah, they were an intro band for me.
Awesome. Yep. Well said. Very good. Miguel Pratt's Opeth. Thank you, guys. So, Opeth.
Can we say a certain era of Opeth?
It does not say.
Yeah, see.
So,
that makes it hard.
So, John's going to bow out of this one. We're going to be this super quick. Just the thumbs up and thumbs down for this one. Overall, 1, 2, 3.
I have to give a thumbs up.
Yeah, same here.
If you're just comparing all of Opeth, then yes, thumbs up. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Okay. Very fair, I would say.
Can I add several qualifiers?
Yes.
I agree. That's a lot of music over a long period of time. However, I would say it balances out to the top. So they live, in my opinion. Everyone else okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Let me add to this, though. I want to specify this because I actually consider Still Life a 10 out of 10 album. Mm-hmm. In terms of it's literally my definition of progressive black and death metal. But my God, they need to stop working with Steven Wilson. I love Steven Wilson. I like Opeth, but I do not like the prog rock that they're doing right now. It's competent, but Opeth is better than competent.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That's a good way to put it too. And it's been a while
Yeah.
since I've really digged into Opeth and loved it. So it's been
They should be wowing us more than they are right now.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, but
it's been a while. Okay. Fair enough. They live. So the next one from Riddy PR, thank you. Nothing But Thieves. I have to bow out. Unfamiliar.
So do I. It doesn't ring a bell immediately.
John, you want to do this?
Yeah,
John-
let's do it, Mark,
okay,
because I know.
Mark and John. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Oh, we have.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw the review, Mark.
I know you did.
Okay. Mark, you go first because it looks like you've been put on the spot, and then John will counter.
I tried with Nothing But Thieves. I tried so damn hard to get into this band. I listened to a lot of their stuff when I was on the road last year, when I was going down to visit you, John.
Stop. John, you need to stop being a jerk. Put the headphones back on.
I tried to get into this band, but at the same time, the lyrics are not good. The production is so colorless. There is just nothing there that draws me back. I really want to get more into this electronically assisted brand of alt rock. Purvis falls into a similar category, but they just don't do it for me. And I was incredibly underwhelmed by their sophomore record.
Right on time. Okay, John, your rebuttal for Nothing But Thieves.
I was incredibly overwhelmed in a good way by their sophomore LP. I thought that their debut was really good, but I thought that Broken Machine, absolutely one of the best records of last year. I actually just listened to it, ironically, yesterday, and I thought about Rock Coliseum, and I thought somebody's going to bring this up, and Mark is going to bring them up, and I was almost positive I remembered your review of this.
5 out of 10.
Like,
It's well-deserved.
9 out of 10, you're right, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so they do live, but they have to be smacked around a little bit. So, Mark, since you're the one that was the dissenter on this one, how should they be punished and live in?
I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt in terms of the fact that they still do have enough decent hooks to keep them around. So, you know what? I'm not gonna smack them around this time. If the next album sucks, they will get smacked around.
Okay, fair enough. We'll check.
I'm seeing them live in October, and I can't wait.
I think Crash and I might have an opinion by then too, so then maybe we can chime in positive or negatively.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, from the Riff Notebook, Converge.
Okay. Yeah.
Everyone have an opinion? I do not.
Yep.
So if you three want to go right now. Okay, you three. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All 3 thumbs up. I have little to
Definitely.
no.
Yep.
Okay, anyone have anything they want to say about Converge?
Luke, you should listen to Converge. You'd probably really like them.
You would probably really like it. Yeah.
That is the
I
best.
got into them last year with their newest album, and you should definitely check them out.
Okay, along with that, everyone tomorrow on Twitter, tell me to listen to Converge so I remember, and I'll check them out tomorrow then. Fair
Right
enough? Okay,
Okay.
they live. See, that was pretty good. Goku-san DBZ, Dragon Ball Z. Thoughts on the band Iced Earth?
Don't know.
Oh, I do.
Ooh.
Okay, this is on the metal side, but
Yeah.
Okay,
Crash, you want to do it?
do you guys have an opinion?
Yeah,
I have an opinion too.
I can
have an
do it if
opinion
you wanna
too.
do it.
Okay, the 3 of us. John, you're out of this one.
Yes,
1,
out of this one.
2, 3.
Everybody.
I know.
I figured.
Ooh,
I figured
sounds like I'm
something.
not missing out. Damn.
The thing is, they do have high points, but when they they strike out, it's an abomination. I mean, it's hard bottoming out. It's bad. So I want to they're like, you guys were talking about a band like that you should have been so much higher on the ranking that should be wowing us like Opeth. This is a band I kind of feel that's kind of the same way. They should be doing so much better, more consistently over many years than they have been. I don't know if either of you guys want to add anything on top of that.
Oh,
Please do. Yeah, Mark.
Mark, you go ahead. It's. Yeah.
I have listened to Iced Earth's entire discography.
I have not.
It breaks my heart, this band, because you know what? They've been around as long as Rhapsody of Fire and like
Long
Sword
time, yeah.
and bands in that vein, and I'm like, you know what? You should be on par with Blind Guardian. You should be on par with that level of power metal, and you're just not.
They're not.
It's so sad because the writing is in the right place. Everything I would like to be there, but I hate to say it, but the songs aren't there. and it's been so many albums of the songs not being there.
Yeah. Not to say, again, a band that just does not have, they don't have the mojo. They've had a few high highs, but not enough, especially given how long their career has been and how prolific they've been. Yeah. There's just not enough there to really bolster it up. And that last album was garbage.
It was hot
I had to review that last album. It was hot
I didn't even touch it after I listened to half. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time. So
I was so sad by that because you know what? Like at this point, for a band that's been around this long, the fact that they don't have that level of refinement yet, especially in the production, no.
It was sloppy. It gets sloppy. That's what the thing is.
Thank you.
It's sloppy for after a while. So, Iced Earth, unfortunately, does get a death sentence. Anyone have a suggestion of how Iced Earth dies?
Drowning in the melting polar ice caps.
In their lukewarm water that's not ice anymore because they just don't do anything?
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but we have to wave goodbye. Okay, Tugga PT. We already did this band last time. We'll talk very briefly. I'm just going to get this one message. This is Avenged Sevenfold. We all gave the thumbs up. And instead of us going over again, I just want to say this. Please get well soon, M Shadows. 3 months.
Yeah.
I got to see one of his last performances at Rockville. That was painful to watch because you could tell how much pain he was in. That being said, he's been sentenced to 3 months vocal rest. The entire tour he had this fall, including festival headliners, canceled. So it's not a good time. And if that sounds bad, one of the big festivals is in New Jersey called Rock Allegiance. I went to it a couple years ago. Avenged Sevenfold was the headliner. The following two, Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach.
Ooh.
So Avenged Sevenfold had to cancel out. There is no replacement headliner as of now. So it's Limp Bizkit and Papa Roach ending the night.
So you saved yourself some money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's mean, but
This festival also has Insane Clown Posse at it. So I'm not gonna sure what's gonna be left of that northern part of New Jersey, but it's not gonna be pretty.
I wouldn't mind seeing Insane Clown Posse because they can bring out half the members of Wu-Tang on a decent night.
At least it's a show. It is a show. That is something you could say. So I don't hate ICP. It's the Juggalos. Let me just get
the Juggalos descend on Connecticut.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't even hate Juggalos anymore, to be honest. Like when I saw them get classified as a gang, and I read a lot of Nathan Raven's books on the subject. He wrote a book on the subject. I can't hate them anymore.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, we're gonna move on. Get well soon, M Shadows. We need you.
Yeah.
The Riff Notebook, Thrice. Everyone has an opinion. I think we're all probably in unison. 1, 2, 3. New album Palms comes out this fall.
I'm reviewing it.
I am too. Anyone else have anything they want to say?
Got hooked with Image of the Invisible back in 2005, and I've been at it since then.
Talk about a band that can make a comeback and knock the door down too.
Yes.
To be anywhere is to be nowhere. So can't say enough positive things. I met the guys. I interviewed him in a lost interview because the audio failed out. Super down to earth, very introspective, quiet guys that know what they're doing and love the passion of it. So nothing but the best. Anything else anyone want to say about Thrice?
Looking forward to the album.
I am too.
Same here.
I am too.
Same here.
The Gray, that's the song, right? The Gray?
The Gray.
Yeah.
I like it. The Riff Notebook again. Thank you again. Glory Hammer. Not a fan, but my brother loves them. So Glory Hammer. Anyone? I don't have.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay, so we don't know that one. Sorry, but thank you. Tent 163 Fantoka. Wow, what a name. Oasis.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we all have to have an opinion of this one. So on 3. Sorry, my hair. My hair is crazy right now. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I figured, does anyone have anything really to say that does not refer to the Gallaghers as awful people?
I don't hate the Gallaghers.
I don't either.
I don't hate them. I'm just
I
saying.
think they're interesting.
Yes, I don't hate them, but let's be honest. That has been an accusation thrown many, many, many times.
I got 2 things.
Yes.
Number 1, everything after Be Here Now is terrible, but we all knew that.
Yeah.
Second thing, Noel Gallagher is one of the only people who gives Temples their fair shot and calls them one of the best rock bands that's out right now. And Noel Gallagher says it. Why haven't the rest of you bought onto it?
I've said it.
I know you have. So have I.
I've liked what I've heard, but I haven't heard that much, to be fair.
Check it.
Same
Don't
here.
miss out. Don't miss out.
Okay, fair enough. So, what are the 2 bands, Converge and Temples, that I need to check up on?
One word bands. One word bands.
Okay,
It's easy.
I'll send you Days of the New links. You guys send me Converge and Temples links. Perfect. Okay.
All right.
There you go.
So
That's fair.
No one else has anything. So Oasis Lives.
Oh,
First two
Absolutely.
albums are classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the story? Morning Glories. What? Yeah. Okay.
and the
So-
B-Sides album is
Yeah.
really great too.
Okay. Anna Wiki 23. Thoughts on Tonight Alive?
I'm out.
Out.
Yeah,
I'm fairly-
I can.
I-
Yeah,
Opinion.
yeah, I got an
Crash.
opinion.
I'll jump in, but
Okay.
I might not be worth much.
Okay. We'll keep this short
That
too. 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mine comes with a huge asterisk.
Yeah, same,
I
same.
only know one. I've only heard one album from them so far.
Okay.
I caught the one they released in January, just off of a
that's
fluke.
the one I heard too, and I heard the one before
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
caught them on Warped Tour. That's what I was interested in. Jenna McDougall, McDougall.
McDougall.
Okay, yeah.
McDougall.
I actually really like her voice. The music
Yeah, I do
always
too.
isn't
Yeah.
stellar, but like especially on this most recent album when she does stuff when she really works together with like an accompanying act like Lynn Gunn or a Corey
Yeah.
Taylor, it excels. So I don't know what it is about working with someone else outside of her own writing in a band. It just goes up for me. So I don't know if any of you guys have anything else you want to say about them.
Some artists are best at collaborators.
Yes.
Inconsistent. They're
Yeah.
inconsistent.
Yeah, they're still
Yeah.
they're good, but they're not great, and I think that's what's
Yeah.
holding them back.
Limitless sucked.
Was
That album.
Not
The album before the
Yeah, I was
newest
gonna
one.
say
I
yeah.
think
Oh,
the
okay.
2016
Yeah.
Warped Tour. Yeah, that's when I saw
Yeah.
them anyway, or 2015, whatever year it was.
New
Okay.
album is.
Yeah, the new album's solid. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Rat Tail Tony, Kiss, already did Kiss. We all gave him the thumbs up, even though Gene Simmons is a terrible person. Moving on.
Yeah.
The Riff Notebook, ISIS, the post-metal band, not the other thing. First of all, that's how it was written. I was not expecting to have us give the thumbs up or down to ISIS, the group.
ISIS.
However, does anyone have anything about the music group? I'm out. I don't know.
I'm out. I haven't heard enough to judge.
No.
I have. I'm a thumbs up, but more tentative. I think they're pretty uneven, honest to God. Like in terms of post metal, I would go back to a lot of other bands before them.
Okay. John, do you have anything, or do you know them?
I got
Okay.
nothing. The
So-
only ISIS I know is the real life one and the one from Archer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
exactly.
So I just want to clarify so there's no confusion. Mark gave the thumbs up to ISIS the band. That's it. No confusion about that, internet. No.
Now, ISIS, the group in the Middle East, they're absolutely awful. But frankly, they become a little bit inconsistent, and since they've lost a lot of their major territory, I don't think they're touring quite as well with a lot of the major factions coming in from
After the lead
Turkey
singer-
and Iran and
After the lead
Syria.
singer Osama bin Laden left the band, I can't really say they did much after
Oh.
2012.
Oh, he certainly left.
ISIS jokes. We're so edgy. Oh.
It was a
Come on, if we can't laugh at Goat Fuckers International, what can
Yes.
you? Like,
Yeah.
Jacob
LTD.
Felger, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, Sticks.
not familiar enough.
Okay, fair
Not-
enough. Crash? Yeah.
I'm familiar enough.
Okay.
I can.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna take
jump
a
in.
quick bathroom break.
Go
guys.
ahead while we're talking about
Okay.
Sticks. Go for
Yeah.
it. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ah.
See,
yeah, I accept that.
yeah, I get that too. I'm not high up on a thumbs up for that one. Come Sail Away. I mean, yeah, that's what kind of. They're a singles band, in my opinion. I just don't have the heart to listen to more than 2 albums I think I've heard ever since in my short lifetime. But yeah. Mark, do you have something to say about that?
You know what you said, Crash, earlier? There was, I think it was Toto. You found like this. You got something like your sophomore year in college, and you
yeah.
found like a greatest hits compilation. That's how I found Styx. Actually, was
Oh,
off the
okay.
greatest hits compilation. And
All right.
honestly, that's how I would listen to them.
You
I
know-
would not go like I don't listen to their albums. My God, why would you do that to yourself?
I did that because I didn't know, and I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you don't not listen to Styx albums. You listen to Styx in singles, and Come Sail Away always has a wonderful place in my heart because of how it came in season 5 of Community. But that's it.
Okay, that's all fair. I thought I'm taking the Todd in the Shadows stance on Styx and saying that I'm a music critic, so by proxy I have to hate Styx because all the music critics hate Styx. No, the thing is Styx, I get Styx, and again that's a great way to compare them. They do feel more like a singles band because when
Yep.
you do have to take in those albums, whole,
Yeah.
my God, it's fantastious.
I put that.
But they were a singles band that made albums that were designed to be as concept albums. I think that was their biggest failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If they were just more straightforward, if they just didn't take themselves quite as seriously as they did,
Yeah.
I felt like they might have been.
Well said.
There might have been better stuff there.
Well
But
said. Okay.
No,
so,
Fun little observation that I actually heard is that apparently, Todd got comments apparently from members or people who are affiliated with the band saying they saw his video.
really,
And apparently they're not. It wasn't Dennis DeYoung who actually saw the video, but apparently some of the other members, and they were totally on board with what Todd had said.
yeah. Oh no, yeah. Well, the thing is with
Kilroy's
that
here.
album, Kilroy Was Here. Thank you. With Kilroy Was Here, that was the big thing about that album. Like Dennis DeYoung was starry-eyed and just all over it. Like that was his baby, and everybody else in that band was like, "Oh my God, fuck this pretentious bullshit." But even they, at that point, were like, "This is getting out of hand," you know. So,
But you know
no,
what?
I get that.
I feel like when it comes to those sort of concept albums, you need a singular vision, and that's when I looked at the writers' credits behind that album. With so many other members of the band writing songs for that album, it really should have all been Dennis DeYoung writing everything and then giving it to everybody else. Like that's what seems to make most sense to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough. They do live
yeah.
to see another day. Not all music critics hate sticks, so we've learned that at least.
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, so we're gonna try to speed through. Like we have about 10 minutes left, so we're gonna try to speed through some of
Oh,
these
wow.
more. So I know. Trying to do
Thumbs
this.
up, thumbs down.
Yeah, okay. Unless there's something like really crazy that we need to talk about. From the Riff Notebook, Mastodon, the metal band.
Oh yeah.
Thumbs up.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Hard thumbs up.
Hard
yeah.
thumbs up.
Just
very
a quick
hard.
thing. Emperor's Sand last year was one of my top 10 favorite albums. Loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
Same
Loved
here.
it.
I have issues
That made my
with
list,
Sam,
too.
but that's not in this conversation.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Okay, next. Anna Wiki 23. Thoughts on Senses Fail?
I'm out.
Out.
I'm out,
okay,
too.
You're out too. So John and I. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. I say thumbs up too.
Cool.
Anything
Cool.
specific you want to say about Senses Fail?
A little dicey over time. You know, some were a little bit of a sidestep, but overall, I mean, I've just enjoyed it, and I think Buddy's a really good guy.
Yeah. I think they're more not as much of a fun band as you're supposed to have to speak them, but they're an enjoyable band. I like them.
Very good live too. Very
Yes.
good live.
They were great at Warped Tour
Yes.
this year.
Yes.
So, the Riff Notebook, The Devil Wears Prada.
I'm
I'm
out.
out.
I'm out. I'm out.
Crash, you have a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I liked him in college. I haven't really listened to him a lot since then.
Okay, fair enough.
I like the movie.
yeah, right.
So thumbs up for the out band and the movie.
Yeah.
We learned very
There
very
we
good,
go.
very good. Okay, Max Starnes photography, The Used. One, I think we all have an opinion, correct? We'll be very brief. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, so we're split. Does anyone have anything they really want to say?
Nope.
I mean, I'm not gonna go. I don't see any reason to
Not
go out on a
for me,
limb
yeah.
and defend them or anything. but
Crash.
Yeah.
I like them.
Like you need to listen to their first album, their second album, and their third album. Everything else you can forget about.
Everything before 2006, you're okay. But after that,
Oh, but
Basically.
The Canyon was good last year.
I didn't even hear it. I heard
No,
very
it
little of
wasn't.
so I didn't hear it all, so I get to
wasn't
stay out of that.
impressed.
So the
Yeah.
Used live, but we have to smack them around. So what do we do to the Used? Any suggestions?
We smack them around until they're blue and yellow.
We pretend to be their friends, but in reality, we're just using them.
Ooh. That's mean.
You're doing the Mean Girls caddy.
You said to
high
shoot
school
Alex the Kid in the
cafeteria
head.
thing. That's true. We have already committed murder for someone that's not even really in a band, so I guess it's okay. Max Starnes photography, The Used, we just did that. Mystic Mind Analysis, Soulfly.
I'm out.
I'm out. Out.
Nah.
Okay, thank you very much. We don't have really enough of opinion on Soulfly. The Riff Notebook,
Yeah.
Under Oath.
Okay.
Do we all have an opinion? We'll keep
Oh
this
boy.
very
Oh
brief.
Mark. Oh
Okay.
Mark.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel
Okay.
like, did we do Under Oath the first time? Maybe.
We might have. I don't know.
I think we
Very
may have actually.
Very briefly. Love their old stuff. Their new stuff, the new album that came out, Erase Me, different, but
Yeah.
I still liked it.
Same.
Same here. Same
Okay,
here.
Mark, anything you really want to throw in besides why they get a thumbs down?
Watch my episode of The Trailing Edge. I I went through every album that Crash told me to check out and the ones he told me not to, and it just did not click. I tried, guys. I did.
What a
It's fine.
salesman, though, for
I did my
Chris
best. In all
Thompson.
fairness, I did my best. I did my best. It just doesn't take
doesn't connect
sometimes.
sometimes. That's right. The
I do. The one element I will appreciate on the new album is that the lyrics push more boundaries than I expected, and I respect that.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay. The
Production was garbage though.
I liked it. I liked Erase Me. The Riff Notebook.
I thought it was okay.
Meshuggah.
Oh,
Out.
I'm out.
Okay, we'll do it very brief for the three of us. 1, 2. Oh, you're out, Crash?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
Actually, yeah.
John and I. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I get that, but you got to pick one or the other. You got to. One down. Okay, and that's fine. I'm not going to argue that. I like them fine. I don't love them. At the same time, I've enjoyed enough of what I've heard to say they don't deserve to die. Go ahead.
They are a band that has invented a style. I appreciate what the foundational work they did in there. I would love it if they expanded beyond that style.
Fair enough. Well said. Okay, so Meshuggah lives. They have to be smacked around. How do we smack them around? Something through repetition. Just
make them having to recite their own scale patterns.
Yeah.
they're opening morning scales over and over again until they have nubs for fingers, and then they can live.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That'll teach them. Christy Stevens, Cell Dweller, or even Carpenter Brutes. So Cell Dweller.
I'm out for
I'm
this
out for
one.
this
I don't
one.
have much of an
John, you're
opinion.
in.
Yeah.
Mark,
I'm in.
are you in or out?
I'm in.
Okay, so John and Mark. 1, 2, 3.
Positive, but with an asterisk.
Okay, fair enough. They live. So is there an asterisk you want to talk about before we go on?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
fair enough. So they do live barely, but they live. Fair enough. Cell Dweller lives. Anawiki 23, Hatebreed.
No.
Okay. Mark, you in? Crash, you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. I can be in for this one.
1, 2, 3.
Well, with an asterisk for me.
I'm
in this
kind of the
specific
same
case.
too. I just barely for that hardcore sound
Yeah,
that has not been
it's-
done much since what 91, whenever they came on the scene, and they've still been chugging along. So yes, they get a thumbs up, but
They're
not-
one-dimensional. They
They
really
are.
are.
Yeah. No,
they
I
play,
agree.
They play the sound well,
wholeheartedly.
but they played it too much. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on the band for me for that. Anyone else have anything they want to throw up?
Yeah,
Nope.
fine for what it is,
Yeah.
but again, very derivative. Just not there. They are not reinventing the wheel.
Okay.
Just
The more I've leaned into 80s hardcore, the more I've discovered that sound, the less I've liked them.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Amaranth Lavisi, Anti-Flag.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We all have an opinion. We'll have to make this fast. 1, 2, 3.
Boop.
I figured as much.
Yep.
They're still pushing along and still
Yep.
doing
Yeah.
their thing. Can't stress that enough. Check them out.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else?
I'd say that's almost like kind of a hate breed, only like
Punk.
better
Colorable.
in a
Yeah.
sense. You know, they're also very kind of derivative. They also do the
They
same
are.
thing kind of over and over, but it's they're a little more flexible. And their overall sound is a lot more just palatable. I feel. I don't know.
And they got some decent lyrical moments.
They do. They absolutely
They
do.
think about their stuff before they write.
Yes.
Also, Just Insane has not aged a day over the past.
It's
20
weird, isn't
years.
it? Yeah.
Weird. Jacob Felger. Don't know if this counts as rock, but they have some edge, so screw it. ABBA.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude.
I would not say they have an edge in rock, but sure.
Yeah.
that was wonderful.
Yeah, for
That
what
was-
they
that
do, yes. Are they in the rock field?
Influential.
I do want to add a qualifying there is that some of the songwriters from ABBA teamed up with Team Rice to make Chess, which is my favorite musical of all time.
Okay, fair enough.
Phil?
Miguel Pratt, Deftones, please. Thanks again. Deftones. 1, 2, 3.
Boom. Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, Mark's
All
going
right.
to be disconnected from the call. Bye, Mark.
My
Anything you
opinion
wanna
on
say for
Deftones
them?
has been
Okay.
widely publicized. They are not my thing.
Fine.
I get why people
Okay.
like them. I get why
Okay.
people like White Pony. It's just not my scene.
Totally fair.
That's fair. Totally fair.
And Crosses is not good.
Yeah, I agree with that. The side project.
I like
Yeah, that
Crosses,
was.
too.
What was
Oh.
Marino doing on that?
I liked Crosses,
Yeah.
too. I know I'm on the minority of that, but I also liked Crosses. So, fine, fair enough. I won't defend Crosses onto that level, but still, yeah, Deftones is my thing. Blender Noob 64. Brian Adams.
Oh.
I'm not super familiar beyond like singles.
Yeah,
the couple
same here.
singles from
Yeah.
way back
I'm
in the day.
Canadian, so I'm familiar.
Yeah, of course you are.
I'm
Yeah,
not familiar-
exactly.
I'm not
I'd be
familiar enough to
interested to
really
hear
give
Mark.
a thumbs up or down. Do you guys?
Yeah,
wanna
I'm not
partic-
either.
Okay, Crash. Thumbs down.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what? I'll abstain because I've only
Okay.
heard singles.
So
I'll
Brian
abstain.
Adams dies. Is there any specific reason why Brian Adams gets a thumbs down from Canada's favorite son, Mark?
He should be so much better than he is. My God, you know what? Why we had Gordon Lightfoot for so long. We had Gordon Lightfoot. We had the Tragically Hip. Why we had to put up with goddamn Brian Adams being the chart dominator that he is infuriating. Why anyone says he's the Canadian Springsteen pisses me off.
Ooh,
Who said
really?
that?
No.
I've seen that.
Oh no!
I've
I'm
never
sorry.
heard- What? I'm sorry. I was taken aback by that.
You know, Mark, when you put it like that, especially when you compare them to especially when you compare them to stuff like the Hip and a lot of the other really great Canadian acts out there. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not on the same shoulders as guys like that.
How does
No,
Brian
he's
Adams?
not.
How does Brian Adams die? He gets a thumbs down.
time machine back to summer of '69. Kill him before he even gets popular.
I like that, but at the same time, it needs to be something. I think he should be time machined a little bit further back to the actual time of Robin Hood, where he gets hung by the sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, Jesus!
How does he die?
You know, I think
Bam!
he should just. I think he should just have to watch Prince of Thieves over and over again. That'd kill anybody. That movie was garbage.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love the Robin Hood myth, but that movie was terrible.
It was
No,
odd.
that was
Yeah, it was
not a
odd.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There has not been a good Robin Hood movie in a long time. I just need to say that.
Yeah, there hasn't.
Whatever.
Sucks.
Okay, we're gonna go through these really fast because I know we're gonna be out to be in overtime right now. The
Oh, yeah.
the hitchhiking hat box. I'm really interested in hearing about Switchfoot. Okay, thumbs up or down. Everyone have an opinion?
Yes.
Switchfoot.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Very tentative.
Okay.
Very tentative.
So
thumbs.
Switchfoot lives. Anyone have anything they really want to say about Switchfoot?
My
Great.
review from back in 2014 got panned so heavily, but I stand by it.
Okay, fair enough.
Great.
I will say, Beautiful Letdown is a goddamn masterpiece.
Hell yeah.
As much as you want to say about a lot of their other stuff, one way or the other, I will stick up for Beautiful Letdown.
That was a breath
Their
of fresh air,
2009
too.
album was good though.
Yeah, Hello Hurricane's great.
Hurricanes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Hello
Hello
was really
yeah,
good.
That one
Yeah,
was
yeah.
pretty good too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Lots of good songs on there. I would argue that between 03 and 09, or actually 03 and 2011 up through Vice Versa's, they went through a really solid run. I don't really care about anything outside, like either before Beautiful Letdown or else after Vice Versa's.
Didn't you like Fading West?
No, I gave it a 2.5 out of 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why is everyone giving me shit when I pan that album?
Because I talked about how I used to like them.
Probably.
I think I thought Fading West was. I remember Fading West. I thought it was okay. I didn't love it, but I thought it was all right.
All right.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Head case. We did this one last time. Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, I now
yeah.
have an opinion.
Yeah. So, does anyone else have anything they want to say? I think we gave them thumbs up. Anyone have anything
Yeah.
they want to add?
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
I was the dissenting thumbs down, and I will say that new single doesn't give me much promise. It still
new one?
sounds like Zeppelin.
The
They
curtain?
still
Yeah.
just are too damn derivative. I'm sorry. Just
Okay.
please do something else, Greta Van Fleet. I'm begging you.
New
Please
album's
do
supposed to
something
come out
else.
this year, so we'll find out one way
Yes.
or another. A full
Well, the
album, new
debut album,
songs.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
new
New
album.
songs, full 10 tracks. Yeah.
I heard November.
Yeah, something like that. And a Wiki 23. We're almost there, guys. Sorry. Dance, Gavin, dance. I already know John's answer. LOL.
I'm out.
Okay, you're out. Crash.
I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Dig 'em. Oh, For real?
So I just,
Hell yeah, I hate them.
I don't hate them.
Okay.
They just do nothing for me, and I've heard a bajillion other bands in that style do it better. That's just my thing.
Okay.
I don't hate them by any means. Anything you guys want to say while Mark sits back and watches the magic unfolds? You were just like leaning back, like.
I get where that comes from. There are a lot of bands doing a sound very similar to what they do right now. The whole math rock, the dee very, very complex style is something that's been going around a lot, almost to the point of suffocation in some respects. I get that, but I mean, I'm okay with that sound. I love the technical complexity, and I don't know, it's still catchy, it's still interesting, it's still very pretty and interesting. I don't know, I don't have any specific hate for it. I generally kind of like it. I'm not as blown away as some of their fan base tends to be. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Most annoying
They
fans
have an
ever.
overzealous.
Oh yes, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Overzealous.
Yeah.
Sean, anything you want to add?
Jesus Christ, I think their vocalist is absolute ass. I think he sounds so bad.
Which one?
Tristan, is that his name? Tristan? Yeah, Pearson or whatever it is.
Clean
Yeah.
singer or rough singer? I don't know which one you're talking
The clean singer.
Okay.
I hate their
Yeah.
clean singer. And the way that they swerve between styles on a lot of their stuff, and the way that it can go from being super technical to trying to do this melody or trying to do whatever the fuck they're trying to do, it makes me fucking seasick. Hate it.
Okay.
See, that's what I love about them, though. That's what I actually really like. I like
So
that.
all I'm gonna say in this is like, did you guys actually take my advice and look up Rollo Tomasi?
I haven't gotten around to it
No.
yet. See, that's my problem. That
See,
might be
they're
my
the kind of band that does the math rock sort of vibes in
Yeah,
a
I remember you
vein.
talking
in which-
about that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally
so
great album. Great album.
Dance.
What
Gavin
about
Dance?
Dillinger Escape?
Yo, yeah, I'm a fan of DEP. Either not around anymore, but still.
Math rock.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Dance Gavin Dance dies. John, that was the most hate-filled speech I've heard you give all night. How did they die?
God, on the spot there. I mean, I'm sure if you gave me an hour, I could think of a
An
very
hour?
complex plan, a very complex plan to take care of them. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to divert it to somebody else. Somebody else
Anyone have
pick
a
for me
death
or influence me.
For Dance
Influence my
Gavin Dance?
decision.
I gave a thumbs up. I'm not gonna kill him.
I don't know. I just feel
Make
like
them listen to stoner metal.
Okay, yeah,
something
yeah. There we go.
super broody. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Like sleep.
Yes.
Really
Sounds like it's
slow.
The
Really
hour,
slow.
The hour-long
Really
album,
drawn
too.
out,
The one
really
that's just one
doomy.
long
Oh, yeah.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Okay. That until they fall asleep into a coma and die. Fair enough.
Tossed into the ocean while listening to that.
Done.
Yes. Amaranth Lavisi, Mariana's Trench.
Oh yeah.
I thought Mark was instantly
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
For
fire.
the count. I only know like stuff from a while ago, quite a while ago, but thumbs up. Crasher out. They get the
I'm
thumbs up
very,
anyway.
very too unfamiliar. I have to abstain, but I'll
Astoria
look
was
them
the
up.
best album of 2015.
Okay.
I'll definitely look them up.
Fair enough.
And Pop 101 was a great one-off single.
It was a great. Yes,
I remember
agree.
that one, too. I
I'm
think that was
crazy
the one I
psyched
really
for their
caught
album
though.
coming out this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Amaranth Lavisi, A Static Lullaby. I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out too.
In my MySpace days, I remember them, but
Thumbs down.
See-
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's really, really old school. I remember them, but my
Yeah.
God, I haven't listened to them since 2002.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Like
Wow!
it's been a while since I've heard a Static Lullaby.
Yeah.
I knew them for their Britney Spears "Toxic" cover.
Oh right.
Ah. Okay then. So if I'm correct, they get the thumbs down. Okay.
Yep.
How does A Static Lullaby die? They have to listen to lullabies until they fall asleep into a coma also?
Electrocuted to death while listening to that album, "Blackout" by Britney Spears on repeat.
But it's static
Not that that's
shock.
a bad album. Not
Is
that
it-
that's a bad album.
But is it because it's static electricity? Like they have to keep rubbing blankets and
Yes.
throwing them on
Yes.
them over and over again? Crash?
Suggestion?
Yeah?
We make them cover Crazy Town's Toxic instead.
What? Crazy Town covered Toxic?
They didn't cover
Well,
it.
not they have a song called Toxic.
Oh right,
Oh.
yeah, I
Not
remember
Britney
The
that.
less I think about Crazy Town after last month, the better.
Yeah.
It is purged
I'm
from my brain.
I
my
hate to give you
gosh.
Vietnam flashbacks
Oh.
in that respect.
That whole album, I went through two emotions: laughing hysterically at how bad it was, and just pounding my head against the wall at how disgusting and awful it was. Back and forth between those two for like at 45 minutes. So, Glad it's
I was-
over. Yeah.
I was dumb enough to pay money for that album back
I
in
don't
the
blame
day.
anyone for paying it. I don't blame him. It was a bait and switch.
Yeah.
It's just how it was.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah.
Aldrich. There's a name. Sorry if I'm butchering that one. I sure am. Talk about Rise Against. Rise Against.
We already
I'll
did that
talk
one.
about Rise Against.
Huh?
Oh, did
already
we?
do Rise? I think we did too.
Yeah, we did
gave
Rise
it
Against. It was,
thumbs up.
it was positive from all
thumbs
across
up.
the board.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
thumbs up
yeah.
is awesome. Noah Farah, Godspeed You, Black Emperor. I'm out.
I'm out too. Just
Mark?
I am, but I like them, so.
Okay, so thumbs up. Anything you want to say? I don't know.
Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
A Godspeed conversation is a good half hour, and I don't want to get into
Okay,
it.
fair enough.
yeah.
So maybe for another day. Anything to move away from Crazy Town. I still got to get them out of my head right now. The Hitchhiking Hatbox. I Fight Dragons deserves the treatment. I Fight Dragons. I'm out.
Don't know them.
Yeah, I'm familiar with I Fight Dragons. I give them the thumbs up.
Okay.
A very good like nerd rock kind of nerd core-y kind of band. They use a lot of like video game electronica
Nerdcore.
and sampling. It's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of cheesy. It's kind of childish, in that vein. Like it's very immature, kind of pop punky. But I really liked some of the stuff they put out. They're interesting, especially if you're into that kind of scene. They do a good job with it. Even though I've heard just from here and there that their frontman is a total asshole. Just you didn't hear that from me.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. Fair enough. They get the thumbs up, though. Gonna blow through these
Yeah,
wrestlers.
yeah.
I know we're
The
going over
music
time.
is fine.
Okay.
The music is fine.
Okay, either thumbs up or thumbs down. Sorry we can't get to all these fast, but I want to get everyone's opinion so you guys see. Cunning Condor, thoughts on the song Voodoo by Godsmack? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and I actually do defend Godsmack, but not that song. I think we'll just move on from there. Okay. Siler, if you guys don't know them, Real Friends. Do you guys know Siler? I've only heard like a song,
Nope.
that's it.
No.
Real Friends.
Haven't heard of them, but they've been Patreon requested, so I will be hearing about them when their new one drops.
I don't know.
I already did.
I've seen Real Friends twice.
Oh.
I still don't have an opinion on them. If that leads
Yeah.
if that gives really real indication. So we're gonna blow through these. Aberrath Levisi, Red, the band Red.
Nope.
Yeah.
I give them a
gotta-
thumbs up, even though
yeah,
they've been
I
very
give a thumbs up.
sporadic with all their music and stuff over the years. Like I
Right.
didn't mean that for time wise. So anything else? Thumbs down.
Too derivative.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair
I'm just
enough.
not into it.
Okay, fair enough. 2-1 though, so they do live. Cunning
Yeah.
Condor, does Shine by Collective Soul hold up?
No.
No. If that's what I think, somebody sing me the melody from that song. How does it go?
Is that the one that's down 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 down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No.
one?
No. Then no.
No.
That's a 90s flashback for all the wrong reasons. That was radio filler back when radio filler didn't need filler. So
Yeah.
So
Ugh.
yeah, moving on.
Was
No.
Collective Soul ever good? Let's be honest there.
I'm sure they have one. Cunning Condor, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Days of the New 2 and 3, so the other albums. So you guys don't know about this. Again, I think Crash and I are in the same boat. Days of the New, at least for me, thumbs up no matter what you say. So, Crash?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My headset
Headphones.
was cutting
Okay,
out a little
we're
bit there,
almost
but my general thoughts on Days of the New 2 and 3, they're okay, but nothing tops Days of the New
first.
1.
Fair enough.
Like, it's just really, really hard to top the absolute perfection with
It
what
was.
that album was. And, a lot of the other members of that band left after the first album, so that changed a lot of things in their general dynamic. And of
it was
course,
big.
Travis got heavier into his drug use on those albums, and
Okay.
the rest is kind of history.
Fair enough. Still gets the thumbs up. Neil Childs, we're almost down to the last few. Guns N' Roses,
Duh.
thumbs up. Even
Yeah.
with all the ups and downs, still up by far.
Of course. Yeah. Has to.
Crash, can
Yeah.
you still hear us?
Oh, damn it.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
I'm,
Crash.
I'm sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties here, guys. I'm sorry. What was the band name?
Guns
Guns
N'
N'
Roses.
Roses.
Oh, Guns N' Roses. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Haven't heard
thank
of
you,
them.
sir. We're almost done. Have you hit Toon Dude 10? Have you listened to the cover of Linkin Park's "Faint" by Crossfaith? I have not.
No.
Nope.
I'm not.
Nope, not. Same
enough.
here.
But I love the original.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
Meteora. Branham 25, Dance Gavin Dance. Again, we already did that. We gave the thumbs down, unfortunately. Cunning Condor, Mark, regarding the 1000W playlist, your challenge. My Kind of Night is the most jarringly bad song I've ever heard. And that's how the comment ends.
That's the Luke Bryan song that caused Crash to bow out.
Ooh.
Is this the one
He
that I need
tried.
to be challenged on now that I have to listen to? Okay, I'll
No.
give it a
This
shot
is
too.
this is the challenge, and where for every album I've reviewed, the 1,000+ albums I've reviewed, I have included a playlist with the best songs on them and the worst songs on them. So if you want to get through 1,000 songs in one sitting,
How many days does that up to again?
it's about 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days. I can do
The
that.
song that typically breaks most people is the 10-minute long knife song that's at like the 10-minute mark. But the one that comes after that typically is the breaking point is Luke Bryan's That's My Kind of Night.
72
See,
hours
I
of terrible
was
music. Sign
I was
me
so
up.
proud. You told me that before I even walked into the playlist, and I was so proud of myself for getting through it. But then, God, just that freaking riff in that song, just that.
The production's
I
garbage.
stand by what I said on Twitter. That song is another one bites the dust, drunk off their ass on Mad Dog 2020 and huffing paint in a Home Depot parking lot.
That's not Luke Bryan's
Wow.
worst song, by the way.
Oh,
And there's worse country, there's worse
I've
bro
heard
country
bad
that came out
Brian.
that year.
That's enough for me. Okay, only thumbs up and thumbs down so we go quicker, okay? Only thumbs up and thumbs down so we go quicker, okay?
Gotcha.
Crash, you
Yeah.
good? Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
Disturbed. 1, 2, 3.
What was the name of the band again? I'm sorry.
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
Disturbed. Oh, we've already done this one actually.
Okay, it's a tie.
Oh,
so
alright.
they live, but we have to smack them around somehow. Too late to really think of a bad smacking around. We got to go blow through these. We're almost
Yeah.
done. The Devil Put
Yep.
Down Dinosaurs Here, the album by Alice in Chains.
Oh.
1.
It's a 6 out of 10 album. Like,
yeah. It's
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
It's passable.
It's
It's
passable.
passable,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good. It's good.
It is what it is.
Good enough.
Sisters of Mercy by From Alterity. Sisters of Mercy.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm out.
Don't know.
I don't know.
I'm out.
I'm out too.
Okay,
yeah.
so thumbs up. Good. Foxy.
They had an
Shaz-
album produced with Jim Steinman. It was fucking amazing.
Awesome. Okay. Gabe Anderson. Foxy Shazam.
No, I'm not in this.
I'm out.
Nope.
Yeah.
And me
Sorry,
either.
we're all out of this one. Tune Do 10. Album you hate that everyone loves. We already did that question in the beginning. Anna Wiki 23. Silverstein. I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah. I'm.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Okay, we got one thumbs
Yeah.
up, so they live.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses or Smashing Pumpkins. So we already did Guns N' Roses. Smashing Pumpkins.
I'm fairly sure we did Smashing Pumpkins last time.
We did, yeah. So thumbs up. Iron Maiden.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Smashing
For sure.
Pumpkins again. Thumbs up. Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Radiohead.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of have to.
Even through all their missteps, still by far.
Yeah.
Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I'm actually exactly Pierce the Veil. Yes,
No,
barely.
yes.
Sleeping with Sirens.
Same.
No, I don't really care.
Not familiar enough to actually have an opinion, so
Fair
I'll
enough.
step
So
away.
we're both split. So Sleeping
Yeah.
with Sirens does die, unfortunately.
Yes.
We have to bury them and have a piercing siren blare in their eardrums until it just.
I was just gonna say that. Put them in the Coliseum and just have a siren blaring at all times, but no exit.
Fair enough. Tenacious D.
I
It
don't
is-
like them,
It's fun.
but it's a comedy act,
Yeah.
so you know it's
I'm
you either
kinda
think
with
it's funny
Crash
or
on
you
that.
don't think it's funny. So
Okay.
I didn't think they were all that funny. I think they're very one note.
yeah, no,
they are.
exactly.
That's very true. Okay, so
It's bare passable.
yeah,
And the
they
Key
do
of Destiny
survive.
is fucking bad. The movie is bad.
The album,
Yeah,
the
the movie's
soundtrack is just a
terrible.
glorified highlight reel too. The actual soundtrack
It
of
is.
the movie. So okay, so they live, but they have to be smacked around. So just bash them over the head with their guitars.
The devil takes them down.
Yeah, there you go with the pick. There you go. Opeth we already did. Alter Bridge.
Yeah,
You guys
thumbs
like
up,
Alter
too.
Bridge. I don't really have much of an opinion.
Okay, so 3 thumbs up. Awesome. Every Time I Die.
Don't have
Don't
an
know.
opinion.
not enough for an opinion,
I
really.
say
No.
thumbs up. Yes. Hardcore
Okay.
stuff from Buffalo, New York. Yes. Every Time I Die.
Cool.
So message retracted. Okay. Saves the
Oh.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
No opinion.
I don't have an opinion.
Again,
John says
yeah,
they live.
same.
Good to know.
Yes.
Thoughts on Jamie Lenman or Every Time I Die? You said Every Time I Die. Jamie Lenman? No opinion?
No. No.
Sorry, thank you, though. Punk Goes Pop series.
No.
Overall, no.
Oh, Luke, you're going to be getting into some of that, aren't you?
Spoiler, there's some covers
Yeah.
coming. Ha 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 ha. And my top 10 worst covers of all time. Oh, in rock. Oh, I'm not going to hint anymore. Nightwish. We already took that one last time.
Yeah.
That was a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Camelot.
No opinion.
I like Camelot.
I like
I'll
him
stick with
fine. I haven't heard a ton. Crash, it's Camelot.
I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties again. What was it?
Camelot?
Camelot.
Sorry?
Camelot.
Camelot.
Oh, Camelot. Sure, I like
We
Camelot.
all say thumbs up, so they live.
Yeah.
Rhapsody of Fire.
Don't know.
Unfamiliar.
No.
I do, but at the same time, that's a band that should be better than they are. Same sort of thing I said with Iced Earth.
And Opeth. Okay.
Especially after they lost some of their better members.
Okay, so thumbs up, but just barely. Because, okay.
Yeah, really.
Okay, Mayhem, Any Generation.
No, you can't do that.
No.
Mayhem's a way too complicated band to talk about in saying any generation. Yeah,
Okay, so that's all for
Yeah.
that one. Okay,
Yeah,
getting to the bottom
we don't want to
now.
have the black metal conversation here.
Yeah.
we really don't.
Yeah. AFI.
Of course.
I say thumbs
For me, it's getting
Yeah.
a thumbs up. I understand where
Not
any thumbs
everything,
down may come from.
But AFI.
No,
Not
not
everything.
Yes.
Not everything, but yeah.
Okay.
Not the Blood album.
No,
Yeah, that was a disappointment, for sure.
that was a disappointment.
Hope's Fall.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Thumbs up. They just made a big comeback. I just did a review of their album. It was actually kind of nice. It's post-grunge, but it was actually pretty solid.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Motion City Soundtrack.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Not heard
yeah,
that name in a
Definitely.
while.
Really,
Oh, yeah.
really good stuff.
So,
absolutely.
Underrated as hell.
okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Primus.
I like Primus.
Thumbs up. The
What I
last
know,
album
yeah.
was
Even though
disappointing,
the
but
most recent album, and even all their bad stuff, there's still so much good, wildly
Yeah.
positive and creative stuff can't be ignored. So thumbs
Primus is
up.
too creative to actually hate.
Yeah.
precisely.
Yeah. Avatar.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Big thumbs up for me.
I don't have enough of an opinion
That's
personally.
fine.
I've heard of them, but I'm just
Great.
still
I-
very. Yeah.
Between metal and hard rock, great Swedish band. They had a big concept album in 2016. That was my favorite album of the year. So,
Oh.
Feathers and Flesh. Glassjaw. Don't really have an opinion. They've been around for a long time. I couldn't tell you one song from another. I haven't really gotten into them.
I don't know.
I like Glassjaw, but my opinions on Glassjaw are complicated, so I'm mostly
It's all
positive.
Crash.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like them, but my opinions are a little complicated. So,
Gotcha.
Ah,
Deftones from Jake. We already did that one. Gave that
Already
thumbs
did
up. Yep. Failure. The band Failure.
I like Failure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I've forgotten about Failure.
Talk about
but
a
yeah.
long break between coming back albums.
Wow.
But yeah, they did a
Yeah.
good job. Yeah. So
Yeah,
Failure gets a
yeah.
thumbs up. Devin
about it.
Townsend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't know. Don't know.
For sure. Crash is hanging in there.
guys,
It's kind of.
I am
know,
so
John,
sorry,
John,
guys.
I know you can't see, but Crash is really having a hard
You know,
time with his headphones.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I wish I could see the struggle. I
God.
can't. All I see is the frozen face.
He is on the struggle bus right now.
okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Guys, I am so
You're
sorry.
fine. We're
I'm
almost
so-
we're almost done. Devin Townsend.
Okay.
Up or down?
up.
Up. Okay. Alice
Oh, yeah.
Alice Cooper.
Up.
Up. Yeah. I might be able to see him next month too. I'm hoping to.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you lucky.
I know I'm hoping to. It's not confirmed yet, but still. Green Day.
Oh, come on.
Come on now.
Come on.
Come
Thank
on.
you. Yeah.
Easy.
Come
Divine-
on.
The song Divine Intervention by Slayer.
Don't.
It's not one of my favorites, but I give it the thumbs up.
It's all right. I'll be all right with that.
I'm not sure if I'm thinking
Fair
of the
enough.
right one or not. So I'm
Although
not
I
gonna-
did hear when
Yeah.
Mike Seatown went to go see them live, apparently they're not in their game right now.
Oh.
It's their final world tour. I just saw them last week. It was okay. That was my
Yeah.
third time seeing them too. It wasn't their best, but they're getting older, you know.
Well, Slayer hasn't been at their best for years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thoughts on $3 bill, y'all? Era Limp Bizkit.
No.
No.
Come on.
Even
No.
their best is still not good. Is
No.
that a fair thing to say?
That's a more than fair thing to say.
Thank you. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. Blaze Bayley era of Iron Maiden. When Blaze Bayley was in it.
Does that era of Iron Maiden even exist?
Yeah, and that was a brief.
It was two. It was just two albums.
It's
It was
40 years.
very. It's give or
None of
take.
it's playing the live tours. Like,
not.
I'm sorry. I can't care about
I
that.
can't, yeah.
Yeah.
Go back. Blaze Bayley. Old Man Gloom. I'm out. Don't know him.
Nope.
No. Don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Poets of the Fall.
Oh yeah.
I like
Absolutely.
I've heard of them. I can't tell you their music though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So big
Poets
fan
of the
here.
Fall, one of the best alternative metal albums of the past 20
Really?
years, probably.
Okay, good to check out then. Taking Back Sunday.
Thumbs up.
I'm indifferent. I'm out.
Don't have enough opinion.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Okay, Foster the People. All I know is that
I
first album,
can't.
and I was
Nope.
like, I'm out. I don't have enough. Okay, so they're split. So Foster the People lives, but how do we punish them and slap them around? Foster the People, we take away their parents even though they're old. I don't know.
Pause to the People.
Kick them with pumped up kicks. I don't know.
I knew
They're-
you were. I knew someone
They're
was
forced to
gonna say
face the consequences in the lyrics of Pumped Up Kicks.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, good one.
that. Shit. Oh God, that's a dark twist.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. But
Yeah,
okay.
I'll go dark for that one.
Yeah. Lacey Sturm of Flyleaf. Lacey Sturm's solo project, the former singer of Flyleaf. I say thumbs up.
Don't know it.
Yeah. I'd give a more of a thumbs up to Flyleaf though, with
I
her
would
in
too.
it.
I would too. What's the best My Chemical Romance album, and why is it D&D?
It's not D&D.
I don't
not
think it's
D&D.
not- It's not D&D. No. Okay, moving on. We all say thumbs up though, right? Am I
Thumbs
right?
up, absolutely.
I
but
can
it's not
answer this one.
D&D, dude.
Fair
I'm
enough.
sorry.
No, I know, but that's just Trivium. We did that last time. Hope
Yeah.
we gave them the thumbs up. Hope I'm not too late. Thoughts on Pup? P-U-P.
Yeah.
Oh, Pup's good. Pup's
Yeah,
good.
Pup
Pup's
are
good.
awesome.
Pup's
Great
pretty
live
good.
too.
Yeah,
Really
that's
good live.
Water
Although
Pump.
the story of how they got signed in Canada is hilarious.
Okay,
Side one dummy. Yeah.
Fair enough. Water Parks. I say
They're
thumbs
not
up
there
for-
yet.
Okay,
They're
fair
not
enough.
there.
I
They're
say
not there
thumbs
yet.
up,
No,
even
I'm with
though
Mark.
I'm
They're not.
tentative. I want to see where they go. I still
Yeah.
say thumbs up, but I still want to see where they go. So they survive.
That's fair.
Amorphous. I'm out.
Don't
Don't
know.
have,
Don't know.
an opinion. No.
311.
No.
No, I know.
Not,
but-
no,
I have
they
to
were
say
just,
down too. I mean, I kind
Down.
of compare, yeah, I say down for all like it's because this is the last one. It was the same band I thought of. I don't remember which band I was talking about. All their hits together don't make one complete album. Not even enough songs. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
they were recently on a list I did of bands that I outgrew. So
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how does 311 die?
Faceplant finale.
Skateboard death.
Yeah.
Yep.
That seems fair. That seems more than
They're a
appropriate.
skate punk band. Like,
They are.
Yeah.
Nick Hexum gets hexed.
I don't think you guys can't hear it. I don't think you realize how many foghorns I have played throughout the past 2 hours.
I have not heard a single thing.
I know. Everyone
No.
else should have. Okay, so we're gonna cut it off soon. We have 4 more. Machine Head.
oh yeah,
Me too.
No.
Can you hear that, Crash?
What was it?
Machine,
Machine
Head.
Head.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Bad Brains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big.
with the connotation that the homophobia is not cool.
No.
Yeah, agreed.
They're
agreed.
from a past generation by far.
Yeah, that's one way
By
of putting
far.
it.
Yeah. Modest Mouse.
Yeah.
Thumbs up for me too.
Underrated.
And finally, nothing. It was just an extra donation. Thank you. And with that, that was Rock Coliseum 2. We survived and put a whole lot of bands to death, especially at the second half where we just sort of thrown them into the wood chipper. I think, I'm not sure what my favorite death was. Papa Roach's was kind of funny. Falling in Reverse.
Falling in Reverse.
Yeah.
Falling in
Falling
Reverse, yeah.
Forward.
It's my favorite.
And having
I
the
like that.
tweets read to them over and over again.
I like the Foster the People one that Mark
Yes.
came up with.
There we go. What was the brutal
Cruel,
one?
but
What was the brutal one where they got slapped around, but Mark said shoot the producer anyway?
oh, Imagine
Imagine Dragons.
Dragons.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
So
There you go.
They got smacked around. That was it then. I want to thank everyone for coming out here, for having such a good time. I know this was a long time. We went a little bit in overtime also, but I think we all enjoyed it. Got some good discussion. We had another Crash Thompson sing-along impression. It was all worth it. So I'm going to go around the horn one more time really quick for introductions and saying what you guys are. Just from my viewpoint, Mark, please say who you are and where they can find you.
You can find me at Spectrum Pulse on YouTube, where I go through my music reviews, movie reviews, Billboard Breakdown, my Resonator series, and currently I've got a bunch of top 10s. I got a top 10 coming out that's probably going to be out with next week. And if you go over to my channel, probably within the next 10 to 15 minutes, I will have my new review of the new Nicki Minaj album, Queen, coming out.
Crap. Jeez.
Best of luck.
It's
with
about
that.
14 minutes. I had a lot to
You
say.
guys,
First 10 out of
guys-
10 out of 10 of the year.
man.
No, I already gave it 10 out of the 10 out of the year.
Do you dress like Nicki Minaj in your video too to really get into the character?
Do you think I could?
I
Yes.
don't know.
You could try.
After karaoke.
Yeah, okay, let me rephrase it. Does anyone want to see that?
I don't know. Some people on Patreon might.
That's a Patreon goal right there. For $500
There is a
a month,
fetish
I'll
for
do
everything.
this. Okay. Crash, who are you and where can they find you?
I am Crash Thompson. I host The Rock Critic over on YouTube, youtube.com/The Rock Critic. I do reviews of modern rock albums, past reviews, retrospectives, etc., etc. You can find me there. I am currently working on other stuff in the meantime, but I will be reviewing a lot of stuff in the very near future after I get this new album released, which I'm doing. That's another fun thing. But yeah, check me out over at The Rock Critic.
Awesome. John, please say who you are and where we can find you.
Well, I'm John. I host ARTV and Beyond ARTV, both of those channels. They're both music related, a little bit different types of content on both of those channels, though. And you can expect I'm doing a ranked episode on the entire Arctic Monkeys discography soon. I'll have a review up very soon for the new Death Cab for Cutie record. I'll also be reviewing Ariana Grande and Ninja Sex Party this coming week.
The mature stuff. Okay, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a Patreon request.
Okay, good.
So is mine, I know.
Fair enough.
Yep. So, and I do a weekly series over on Beyond ARTV called 7 on Sunday where we talk about things that I either love or hate. And yeah, you can find me at ARTV Reviews on pretty much any social media.
Also, again, guys, so everyone's watching this, you can check out in the YouTube card or in the description for all three of these men's channels. Check them out and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to Rocked also. My name's Luke Spencer. I'm the host of Rocked. This weekend, hopefully this Sunday, you will see the top 10 worst covers in rock. This list made me question my fandom of rock and metal and alternative, but oh my gosh, it had to be pointed out. Some of these songs are so hilariously bad that they actually are worth listening to. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you guys again. I can think we safely say, even though we went through a lot of bands, that there might be a Rock Coliseum 3 in the future at some points.
Absolutely.
All right, sounds good.
I'm down for it.
Okay, Crash, I'm going to assume that was a yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So again, thank you guys again. And Crash, can you hear me? Hang on, we got to do this right. Oh, wait.
He's like out in the upside down somewhere.
I know, he's trying. Crash, can you hear me now? Crash, can you hear me?
Oh, shoot. Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry, can't end the stream until we end it right, guys. Just a second.
It sounds like we've walked in on it.
I'm sorry, I'm having technical issues.
We hear you,
still
man.
on the
We
air?
hear you, man.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. No, I can't hear.
Can
through
you
this
hear us,
stupid
Crash?
thing? Oh my God, sorry. Give me just a minute here.
We can wait. We can totally wait. This is fine. This is platinum.
Okay, hang on.
This is
I'm
pure
sorry.
gold.
I'm just gonna pull you through the damn TV speakers. Hang
This
on.
is even worse since I can't see Crash's face. And all I hear is the sounds coming through. Like, oh gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh.
He's like
Oh
trying to
my
rewrite
God,
this
I am
thing.
I
Can
am
you hear us
so
now? Can you hear us now?
freaking sorry about that,
It's
guys.
okay.
Oh, no issue, man.
It's fine.
Relax.
It's fine. Can you hear us
No,
now?
well, hey, here's what happened.
Can you hear us?
I have my Apple.
I don't think you
I
can
have
hear us.
a pair of Apple iBuds. A pair of wireless headphones. Those things usually work like 5 to 6 hours on one charge. I don't know why, but for some reason, while I was using them for this, they just went out about like halfway through what we were doing, and then I had that all planned for. So I went out and I got my other headset. Ready to go. But I don't know, for some reason,
Crash.
like it, I don't know. I must not have plugged it in properly
Crash.
because it's not charged.
Crash.
So, sorry.
Can you hear? Can you
Oh,
hear
no
us?
issue, man. It's all right.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry, you're
Everything's
kind of
fine. I promise everything's fine. Okay. I was just saying we went through so many bands. I think we should, but I still think we have more than enough for a Rock Coliseum 3 at a future date. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So I just want to point out, we found out it's while you were struggling with the headphones, John could
Yeah.
still not see you, and so all he heard was exasperated sighs and moaning.
And
So-
oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
And John, what did you say?
And then
it sounded like?
and then you saying I'm so sorry.
So John, what did it sound like? What was happening? What did you describe it as?
What did I say?
You said it sounded like someone walked in on him.
Oh yes.
Oh
Oh God, I'm so sorry. Oh.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
And that, my friends, is the end of Rock Coliseum.
Rock Coliseum 2!
Coliseum!
Thank you so
Yeah!
much, everyone. Wave goodbye. Crash, while we wave goodbye, can you sing Believer from Imagine Dragons?
Oh, okay. You wake me up, you wake me up, you wake me up, you wake me